following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everyone, to the official space section of the chart.
The truth! You can't handle the truth!
Sir, you're out of order.
Out of order. I show you out of order.
Hey, everybody, I'm Michael.
I am Charles.
And I'm Canadian songwriter and singer Michael Bublé. This is what Michael Bublé would sound like if he was Russian. Just haven't met you yet. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I noticed
good.
you're not laughing.
That's good.
At all.
I like that.
Sometimes
It had to
it's
hit
not about
me.
the laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Do it
thinker.
more, like, offensively Russian.
No. They're
Because
listening.
Bublé's a showman.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Russian accent.
I can't think of what Michael Bublé sounds like when he talks.
The whole show stops until you do this.
Oh, no.
Pressure's
I just
on.
haven't met you yet.
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got that jazzy singing.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, ladies and gentlemen.
He Bublé.
I don't want people to think I don't like Michael Bublé. He's fantastic.
He's Canadian.
He
Yeah.
made
Royalty,
Christmas fun again.
right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
drink bubblies.
All right.
What are we doing this week?
So, yeah.
It's a zombie debate.
It's a zombie debate.
We're doing a zombie survival debate.
We are.
Okay.
Well,
in
and-
honor of
first time-
28 years later.
Exactly. Well done.
100%. Fuck yes. You get to do these
With
from now
maybe
on.
the future James Bond, I've heard.
First try.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Right?
I don't hate it. He's getting hotter every day.
Did you hear this the watch thing? Like I heard the watch thing about how he's in the ad with the watch that James
Oh
Bond
yeah, and
wears.
it's very
It's very obvious
James
that he
Bond.
might, like
I don't hate it. It's
Are
growing
people,
on
do
me.
people really think that's a sign he's going to be James Bond?
Oh, people will dissect
yeah,
everything.
they're
It's insane.
taking that whole entire
You know
thing.
why?
Or,
he
you know
did
what?
it?
If he ends up being James Bond, fuck me, I guess.
And my favorite thing is if you ask him, he'd be like, "Oh no, it's money.
yeah.
I did it for money."
And,
Yeah.
I kind of believe him.
I so happen to get James Bond, which is cool. Money.
In a career where you're that young,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
Well,
talking
and they
about listener, we're talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson for a second.
Kick
here, but-
ass.
Yeah, kick-ass, right?
And his 60-year-old wife.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see a million?
So crazy. Good for her.
Did you see a million? Did you see a million little pieces where his dick flops around on screen,
What?
like
No.
slow mo dick,
He's in that? Okay.
slow mo
The most
ATJ
recent
dick.
movie I remember of him that stood out and he was fantastic was Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That was when I was like,
knew you were
I
gonna
could
say
see
that.
him be Bond.
Yeah.
I could see him be a Bond. He's pretty awesome.
He was big, too. He's
Yeah.
scary. Yeah.
well, and like, I don't know if you,
Probably don't.
big announcement in the video game world, there's
Yeah.
a new 007 game coming out
Oh.
that looks, it's the makers of Hitman. So the Hitman franchise, which is fantastic. They're making a new Bond game for the first time in fucking decades.
20 years.
Yeah. And it's a much younger Bond, but I'm into it. And it's him getting his 007. Like, he's not a 007.
Oh, he's got a.
You gotta
He's
earn it.
just getting into MI6.
You got to get the O and the 7.
So I'm assuming
Oh,
the
I
game
see.
is going to end where you get your, it's the beginning of Casino Royale, basically.
Sweet.
Oh, that's kind of
Like,
cool.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Craig?
And then
No, I-
franchise. No, and it's a way younger guy. He's got a scar on his face. It's kind of
Sweet.
cool. It's a cool. So I'm like, if they really want to do something different than Daniel Craig, I could see why they might be going that way.
I get
ATJ.
it.
It's
And you know
completely
what?
different than we've seen.
I'm down for him as Bond.
I mean, why not?
I'm really down for
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
in 28 Days Later, which is,
Yeah.
as
Years.
mentioned, why we're 28.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of 28
Days,
weeks.
weeks,
Yeah,
years.
it's
Days, weeks, years,
Years.
shit.
Yeah.
Sean is like, what are they going to do when they got to go into, like, is it 28 millennia? Into
Or
the
20.
future?
What about 28 BC?
Right? Or possibly, yeah. No. There's so many options. That's why
No,
you-
there aren't.
28. We've actually been fucked up since 28 BC. They just try to figure
God
that
damn
out.
it.
28 seconds, right? We can get right down
Cillian
to the
Murphy
minutia.
wakes up somehow in 28 BC too. He's like, damn,
How fucking
damn, it's following me everywhere.
But as you mentioned, yeah, that's what we're doing on the show. So we actually, Jimmy, this came to pass.
Charles and I weren't here when you guys did this the first time.
No, this is
Oh, shit,
This
so-
is all part of a
This is
thing.
28 BC.
This is kind of 28.
The
BC.
show hadn't taken off yet.
Right.
The show
Right,
didn't
right.
have what it has now.
This is what gave it wings.
yeah, we started to find them.
Yeah,
essentially,
yeah.
Bette Midler.
That's
I
great.
see you.
That's great.
So this we did an original debate. I think it's offline, but I probably should put it back up.
It might be
for
in the out of the vault. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll take it
Yeah.
out of the vault for this one. But it was what would your zombie apocalypse close quarter weapon be? We got really in the minutia of it, right?
Right.
Like, fuck the gun, fuck the chainsaw. Like, what would be that swinging weapon?
Right.
And
Tell them what you picked, Mike.
I'm gonna, Jimmy, because if you listen to the show, I have been eating shit for this for 6 years almost.
Yeah.
And I picked. I thought the flail from Braveheart was a great fucking idea. Right, the thing he swings on the horse that like once you're done once, it's like it takes all your strength.
Not
to
a
do it
mace,
again. Not a mace,
flail.
Yeah, it was on a chain.
Right.
And,
We're not talking about a mace.
and I believe there's a point in that episode where if you
I can
listen,
get them all at once.
if you listen closely, you can just hear me sounding like an absolute fucking moron. And I think Martin's like, well, how did you think the zombies were coming? And I was
Yeah.
like, up an escalator. And they're like, why would they be coming up an escalator?
I'm in a mall.
And I'm like, I'm in a mall because in my head, zombie apocalypse,
mall.
It takes
Yeah.
place in Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
That's why you wrote scenario into this one.
Exactly. 'Cause
So you
I
wouldn't
wanted
get
to-
yourself.
I didn't want to fuck myself up.
Interesting.
right?
So, inspired by that whole thing, we decided to go back to this, but do it proper, do it how we kind of have a better idea of what this whole shit show's about now. So, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves into a zombie apocalypse type scenario in Winnipeg, and
We kept it local.
We kept it local so that everybody can experience what we're experiencing, and you need to have a loadout. So we're gonna figure out what our primary weapon is. We're gonna figure out what our secondary weapon is. Maybe mine's a flail again. Who fucking knows?
Who knows, man?
We're gonna have a utility item, and then we're gonna have like
Bonus
a
weapon.
like a more. I bring out the flail.
Flail has entered the ring.
It's that part of the video game. A flail, pick it up. And then we're also gonna have transport, how we want to get around. But the caveat we all agreed to was we're sticking with the zombie genre.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So anything you've seen in a zombie show,
Movie, media.
I'm even okay with Call of Duty video games if you
Wow.
really could. Like,
Oh, wow.
if you were kind of going to pull it out, 'cause-
Nazi truck.
right? Well,
Zombie Nazi
Fascinating
truck.
choice.
They have them. They gotta have them.
zombies are fucking awesome. I think zombies, vampires, and
There was a Call
werewolves-
of Duty-
Zombies is
Yeah.
where I rank. The
Oh,
highest,
okay.
I
Was
think.
there there was a Call of Duty that had Nazi zombies? Did it not?
I believe
Yeah, they
so.
all do.
Yeah. Oh, they all do.
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
good. So there's definitely a truck somewhere in there.
Probably.
There's a convoy.
They got to get there.
There's-
Yeah.
Yeah. there's
They
a
got to
bus.
get there.
We got to move
somehow.
50 Nazi zombies at one time.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little. We're
And-
gonna
oh,
argue.
did you tell him we're picking a leader too?
Well, yeah. That's
Because in
right.
our scenarios, we are not the hero.
we're not.
How sad! Even in our own
Yeah.
fantasies.
No, in my
How
scenario,
beta cucks we all are.
my
Yeah.
scenario, give it 3 days. If they don't know what's going on, like bye. See you guys.
I'm the one you have to outrun to survive.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that outruns you. So
Yeah.
don't worry.
He's in flip flops. We got him.
All right, so that's what we're doing. That's what you're going to experience today. And before we get to it, we just want to remind you, July 19th
Yes.
is, we've deciphered this
Yes.
before we started. July 19th, Little Brown Jug. If you've heard me say it another date prior to this, ignore all of that. Confirmed, July 19th, 7 p.m., we're going to be doing Star Wars Under the Sun. We're going to be doing it on the patio
Nice.
till the sun and stars come out, which is
Under
like
the
10:30.
Tatooine sun.
Out of the single Tatooine sun. We're doing 4 rounds of Star Wars themed questions.
And Jimmy, you're taking
Jimmy,
the
what are
lead
you
on all
doing
of it, right?
specifically?
No.
You're taking the lead on all
No,
the rounds.
it's gonna. Nope. They'll get so mad at me.
Are you dressing up as Darth?
No, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me a lot.
gonna hate
It's
you.
gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
I
We got a back way to get you in and out.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
the last time everyone loved it when Jimmy fucked with the crowd.
Oh yeah.
So the staple now is that Charles, Emily, and me have 3 rounds, 1 round each,
Yeah.
based on original trilogy. So Return, Empire, and A New Hope.
Yeah.
That's it. But then Jimmy, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fuck with them.
How are you gonna fuck with it?
I'm gonna
He's
fuck
a
with them
wild.
real
He's
bad.
a wild card round.
Yeah. He's gonna fuck
My
you.
questions have to do with Star Wars.
Yeah. That's
They're
all. That's the
adjacent.
criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the criteria.
They're for the people who know useless shit. They're for the people who
Might get
dive
mad.
deep.
They're gonna
right?
get mad.
Exactly.
Might get mad.
Most people will get mad.
Yeah.
That'll be the thing.
Guido
so.
shot first. We'll just yell that at one
Yeah.
point.
And you know, I have no proof
Get
for
out
any
of
of
here.
these other than the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's even
Yeah,
better.
they are. Some of them are just based
According
be
to
on
mad.
lightsaber guy on Reddit.
Some of them might just be based on rumor.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So July 19th, $10 a ticket. We also include now in these Trivia Plus evenings, we do a coloring contest.
Trivia Plus.
Trivia
Love it.
Plus.
You gotta TM that.
That's true.
We're working
Yeah.
towards it.
Yeah.
Lawyers and
Or else we're gonna
Right.
do Trivia Prime.
yeah.
Trivia Prime. Oh my God. That's
Also
even
sounds
better.
pretty cool.
That's even better.
Trivia with an
I
Amazon
would tell
happy
people-
face.
Yeah.
Have you guys not tried Trivia Prime? Come on.
Rather than trivia,
What are you doing? It's prime trivia. Fuck.
the prime directive of trivia. So yeah, and also we're doing a cosplay challenge. So if you want to come dressed up, if you want to show off item, you have a Star Wars thing, even if it's like a prop or like a cool thing, and you want to bring it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna vote on like who did Star Wars the coolest because
I'm a Star Wars.
you can't be
I'm
Ralph.
in danger.
Miss Krabappel.
I think, yeah, you know, and the more I guess unique and entertaining the cosplay,
Yeah, you know.
you usually
Yeah.
get better.
And the coloring too. We
Votes.
want you to add to the picture.
Oh yeah,
They always do.
Right. You gotta get.
There's always one person at least in a trivia
Who's
group
really
that
inspired.
loves to color.
yeah.
Well, and they also
Yeah.
know like it's not a high bar you have to get to.
It isn't.
Right. You're an adult. You should be able to kind of expand on
You
the
can
idea.
stay in the lines.
Right. Well, that's
If you breach those fucking
Yeah,
lines.
you're out. It's disqualified. We burn it.
God.
We burn it.
under a microscope.
Yeah.
Get your tickets. Link in the bio. Link in the show notes. Link everywhere. Subscribe to all our social media so you don't miss out on any of these fun activities. That's it. That's the advertisement. Thank you for putting up with it. We hope to see you there. These are a lot of fun. They
July
sell out.
19th.
July 19th. Jimmy, July 19th.
Yes, and for the future, if you're listening to this, completely disregard this episode. We have moved the date. It's on the 28th now.
Shut the fuck up.
That's great.
Oh,
We're
Charles.
doing it on the 28th and the 19th.
The best way
It's
to
a
keep
two-parter.
informed
You gotta
is
show up
keep
to both
listening.
nights.
Contracts.
Listen to every episode to stay informed. If you miss one, the date might switch.
All backwards to every episode.
That's right.
It'll start with the zombie flail.
Yes.
Charles, what'd you watch?
Ooh. Oh man.
Let's talk about it.
So first one I have to say, studio is it's an absolute.
You get one today.
masterpiece.
So
you get one today.
You get one today.
Honorable mention: Blair Witch 2 is the worst
He's doing
movie
two
ever
anyways.
made. Worst movie ever made.
We told him one. He's doing two.
Wild card.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's the worst movie ever made. But okay.
Did you letterbox it?
Oh fuck, I should. Yeah,
That's funny.
It's gonna
Do
be a
it.
long one.
Do
It's
it.
Ian's gonna hate you
that's
when you
gonna be
give
my-
you 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yay.
I might.
5 out of 5.
I might
That's
just
reserved for
I
special.
might actually
movies.
just
Do it
do
just to
that,
see him react.
and then my review will be like, "Your movie, Ian." That's
Fuck
my
you,
review.
Ian.
Yeah, that's my review. Fuck you,
Your
Ian.
movie.
Fuck you, Ian. Teach this in fucking
I'm gonna
film
start doing
class.
that just to bother him.
Check Ian.
Teach
Too
this
funny.
in film
Okay.
class.
No, you were talking about it before the show, and I want to talk about it with you. The studio.
Yeah, like I mean, it's one of the few. It's been a long time that I've crushed a show in one day.
Yeah.
Me and Claudia
that's-
watched like
I
the
stretched
first
that
half,
fucker out.
like Saturday morning or Sunday. Well, I have limited
Oh,
time
that's
on
right, you're
Apple
on the
TV,
clock. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm giving her.
Yeah.
It's now or
only,
never,
It's
brother.
only Apple TV. She'll be like, "Hey, did you see the new season on Netflix?" I'm like, "That can wait." Okay, this is free right
We have
now.
22 hours.
90 days,
I'm like,
woman,
I'm
90
counting
days.
down, lady. But yeah, no. So we watched like the first 5 episodes in the morning. You know, did some shit, and then early afternoon or late afternoon to our evening. It was hard not to. It's so good. It's so
ridiculous.
good. It's well made. It's well written. It's cinematic. It's you know what it is. It's and this is just I think it's generational reference, but it's Entourage, but done really well. Like really well and better and good. Like it's what Entourage wanted to be.
Fuck Entourage.
Like
man.
Entourage.
Fuck you, Jeremy Piven.
Entourage now is like a guilty pleasure. Like it's just kind of like it's fun. But after seeing the studio, I'm like, oh, but this is like what it's supposed to be.
The first one through the
Like-
door always gets shot. So yeah, Entourage is the first like expose. On
Yeah, I would
Hollywood
say
mark.
trying to give you the idea of like this is like
behind the scenes. Behind
yeah,
the
and
scenes,
it's
yeah.
unfiltered and like they're all assholes and blah blah.
Well, that
blah.
was from more of like the actor's side.
Yeah,
this is from
yeah.
the studios.
and it's a funny concept,
why they
and
call
they
it.
even make it.
Yeah, let me think about.
They even make it funny, like he inherits the role of being a studio head pretty ridiculously, and I think you mentioned it like
promotion.
yeah, like
he's
it's exactly
next
what
in
you would
line.
expect in the studio, and
They
it
go
doesn't-
until they die.
And Cranston is the head of the studio, and he has no idea
just
what
a
makes a good movie. He's
No,
just
of
an
course
idiot.
not. He just has money.
Billionaire
Oh my
conglomerate.
god,
He
the
always
whole
just had
Kool-Aid
money.
storyline is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Like
Did you see?
It's the through line.
and
of-
for a season 1, I love that they take you to CinemaCon, they take you to Comic-Con, they take you to fucking Golden Globes, and it's oh my god, the Golden Globes staking Cell as a
Are
running
you
joke.
gonna thank You gonna thank me, Zoe? Zoe, you gonna thank me? Am I in your speech, Zoe?
Dude,
okay, dude. Seriously,
Rogen-
you can just. Zoe said you could put it in the teleprompter.
He does the
just
most
change the teleprompter
cringe-
and make sure she thanks me.
It was one of the shows Claudia would get up and pace because she's like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? And I'm like, I know. That's like, again, this is what I always rant. That's Sony in a nutshell. Like, why are they here?
Then,
why are they involved? Like, the Wonder, again, one of the most brilliant. It's something that they should
with
just
Sarah
teach.
Polley. Sarah Polley is Sarah Polley.
And she directed it, didn't she? She
Yeah,
directed that episode, right?
Yeah.
Like, they should teach that in film school just for execution of a good script with a Wonder.
That's interesting.
It is so wild that the whole episode is one take.
That's insane.
Dude, and it's nuts.
About
There's a
about
lot of
one
shit.
take.
Well,
They follow everyone.
Well, with things like adolescence, and they show it's possible, right?
I mean, again, it's the same thing as this is insane, but like watching cheerleaders at a Bomber game, they do shit that I'm like, but I guess with practice and just rehearsal, that's how they get to that point. It's the same thing with film. It's just it's a discipline that's not very common,
right?
Because it's so demanding.
It's a flex.
It's demanding too.
That's
right?
why.
Like
the
it's
studio,
a lot.
The studios always
Not everybody
look at
can
them
do it.
as-
Imagine getting to minute 21 out of 28 and you fuck up.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
that's
Like-
that's what
and see,
adolescents did, right? Like,
Yeah,
if they had flubs, they kept going. If it
Yeah.
passed a certain point,
Yeah.
if it was too big of a flub, they had to reset
like,
completely.
Also, it's got to be. I want to hear the commentary too because there's a fucking ongoing joke, Jimmy, where Seth Rogen eats shit falling over shit. Like at least 4 different episodes, he falls over a table, he falls over, and he hurts
I didn't
himself.
even pay attention to this.
Oh my god, there's one, Jimmy, where and it's because he's on the phone where he's like, fuck, and he goes into like damage control, and he's just an idiot, and he falls over a chair. And like one of them, he's at a convention with doctors, falls over a table, and all these doctors are like, oh my god, that was a big fall. He's like, get the fuck away from me. And then he starts running and he looks and his fingers are sideways.
Oh my god.
And he's like, oh no. And then he hides it because he's like, I can't let these fuckers see. So he's trying to play it cool, but they're all able to help him. Like, very well capable. And he's hiding it, and then he passes out and face plants on a table, and it breaks.
Naturally.
Yeah. And then he wakes up sitting in a fucking stretcher. And, oh, dude, it's so good, and it's a role that I'm like, Seth Rogen was really born to play this. Like, everyone. Ike is everybody's amazing.
Do you guys think Seth is reaching that territory where he might be remembered as like a legend or an icon kind of person?
I think he
do you think the studio's going to be a jump for that?
I think
Mike's looking at me like no possible way.
I mean, he's a kind of like a Nick Kevin
he has to do more than this.
Like,
this is just him polished. This is a really good Seth
but
Rogen.
But doesn't that set up his future?
Yeah,
it
and
does.
He's
okay.
older. Like he's doing roles where
hang on. So like he has to do something that's just artistic,
right?
So that it's not compared to the guy who wrote
Superbad.
Superbad. Like he's got Superbad just has to be.
Yeah.
But he's
such
still.
I'm not saying he can't.
No.
I'm just
for
saying
sure.
in the perception of people outside of this room, like the normal person, they always go, "That's the guy."
That's Pineapple Express.
That's Pineapple Express. Where when they find out that that's the guy. That's why it's going to be so like
okay. I get
sausage
what you're
party,
saying.
right? Like he's still,
but he still works.
strays.
He still works in Seth Rogen. Like there are moments where he's like,
I think that's what Mike's saying.
Totally. I'm not saying anything bad.
I'm not speaking for you.
No. I get totally what you're saying. Is like this is definitely. I think this is his flex of saying, I've been in the industry long enough. I've learned a lot.
He can make a really good TV
and I want to show you what I can do.
Yeah.
I'm more than just stoner.
Well, you got to learn from Judd at like 17.
For sure. And also, like, he's done it. Like, as far as stoner comedies go, he's mastered it.
I think that's what Mike's saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
totally. I agree with you 100%.
You don't think this is going to separate him from that? The same, and maybe this isn't the best example, but what Jordan Peele's done for himself.
Totally.
Where people still remember him for the Key and Peele sketches.
When someone told me that Jordan Peele was doing
too.
Get Out, I was like, the guy from Key and Peele?
Exactly.
Because
see how that launched him.
Exactly. That's what launches him. So now what Rogen has to do is do something so
do it
Rogen.
again.
Do it again, but don't be anything that he's known for.
Right.
Be Adam Sandler.
Because the studio still has.
But
him
I mean,
being
look at
him.
like, and it's
be Adam Sandler and Punch Drunk Love.
And it's incredible.
But do that as a director. Do that as a writer.
Well, that's what I mean. Like him and Evan Goldberg wrote everything.
Yes.
And they directed most of the episodes. And what's amazing is that he recruited the talent he recruits. And then I was telling Claudia, I'm like, right, him and Anthony Mackie. I'm like, right, they did fucking Night Before together.
Yeah,
this
they
is
did.
hilarious.
He made
Zac
Friends.
Efron. Oh my god, they did Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like multiple movies, right?
He made Friends.
And then like
Scorsese.
Right. Oh, dude, and the Scorsese episode's amazing. Like Scorsese's so funny. He makes fun of himself in the coolest way. It's so funny.
There's two stellar moments that stick out. One,
You're making Scorsese cry. Oh fuck.
yeah.
Oh fuck. Is he fucking crying?
The first one is where it's the doctor episode where he ends up realizing that he's a cinephile.
Well, and
that the woman he's dating is a doctor.
And she isn't.
And they
Well,
have
and
nothing
they're-
in common. But
yeah.
then by the end of the episode, he ends up going home with an agent. And the episode starts with him in bed trying to explain a series of movies to this doctor who's never seen them because she studied. But by the end of the episode, he's in bed with an agent, and the two start to converse over cinema, shitty cinema.
Right.
And then he has a moment where he just realizes, these are my people.
Yeah.
And it was a love letter to anybody who's ever talked about movies.
Well, they're also
and
rude
never,
to him.
They're very
really
rude.
rude to
They're
him.
really rude to him.
Yeah, they basically are like, "Oh, your job's like just fun," and he's like, "No." Like, and up until this point,
People
we've
scream
seen
at me.
stupid, stressful moments. Like, it is stressful in ways
it
that
is
you're
stupid,
like,
but
yeah, but it's like you see it from the
there's
point of
so
view of him,
much
and
money
it's like,
on the
wow.
line.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and the amount like he does, I think. Even though his is on a level of like, wow, there is a privilege to that job in that industry, of course, but they still make you
They
relate.
also show the privilege.
He's in
So-
moments with Bryan Cranston where I'm like, I have to do that with my boss.
And it's
Like,
like,
I have to basically be
You're-
like, oh, this is a horrible idea, but I don't want to lose my job, so I guess
Right.
yeah,
Somebody's
this
boss.
is great. And then I go back to my team and I'm like, so we're pivoting everything.
Right.
We have to do this now, right? And you just have to do it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
The
and it's cool to
second-
see. It's like there's so many levels of that everywhere.
And I know this is the one I told you about, and I was like, wait till this one happens, and then we'll talk about it. The second one is the casting of the Kool-Aid movie.
Holy shit.
You
really
will,
funny.
you're rolling.
It's
You're
really
rolling
funny.
because it just. It's,
I'm telling you, we crushed. It was what 10 hours? It's
Yeah.
10 30 to 45 minute
Yep.
episodes. We crushed in a day, and I'm telling you, I would have watched another season if it was ready to go.
Because there's
Like, it's
there's
so
a casting
good.
director who makes those choices.
Well,
but the director obviously has their input in who they're looking for. Writers write
So-
for who they're looking for, kind of,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
they also
So
like it's
how
one
does
of the,
that go?
It's for
And then you have the
cinephiles.
studio pushing who
The,
they
the
want.
joke is that they all come up with the perfect cast,
Okay.
and it's this mixed race.
But
cast.
it's not perfect.
But it's
Joe.
not perfect.
It's not. You realize you're like that's not really. It's like it's.
It's.
Because they're trying to appeal to everybody.
Let me set the bit and hang out here. So they
it's so
they
funny.
look and,
It's so
they
funny.
see it, and Catherine Hahn's character and Ike Barinholtz's
She's
character.
nuts, by the way,
She's
in that show.
she's amazing in marketing.
She's nuts. She's nuts.
She's like, "Do you see it?" And Barinholtz is like, "No." She's like, "Look," and he's like, "Oh my god, I see it. Let's not tell him." And then they bring over Rogan, and they're like, "Do you see it?" He's like, "No, there's nothing wrong there." And he's like, "Oh my god, we cast a black guy as Kool-Aid. Are we racist?"
But then you're
Because they
and like,
cast Ice Cube as Kool-Aid.
right, and they're so scared of being accidentally racist.
That they
Rogan
changed the
goes
whole
to Ice
movie.
Cube, and he's like, "I just want to ask you a question. Did you ever like? Are you cool being Kool-Aid?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Is it cool for us to make you Kool-Aid?" And he's like, "What are you asking me?" And he's like, "Is it fucking racist for making you Kool-Aid?" And he just comes out and says it. And Ice Cube's like, "No." And then Ice Cube starts thinking about it, and he's like, "It's kind of racist you're asking me." And then he's like, no, fuck, no. We just don't want to be like,
Makes
you know,
it
and he
10
goes into
times
Seth
worse
Rogen.
by doing
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And he goes into full, like, it's so good, man.
He actually says in the end, he's like, "Kool-Aid is black, bitch." And you're like, "Kool-Aid
Yeah.
is black."
And he's like, a fucking yeah. And he like, you know, fist bumps him. And then he's like, "Great, we're not racist." And then he just goes back.
Yes, he is.
Right. And
But in
it's-
between all this is it goes from them seeing it to being like, okay, well, let's change it. And then they go ask just one random black person on the street, and they're like, "So, do you think this is racist?" They're like, "No, but I don't want to. I think there's someone in hair."
No,
He's like, I don't think it's racist.
It's one of the assistants.
That's right,
Like,
yes.
yeah. And then he's like, "I don't think it's racist, but I don't represent all black people. I don't want that pressure." And then they're like, "Shit, okay, let's go ask another black person."
They asked two black people.
Yeah. So they're just thinking
They're
if we ask more,
surveying the
yeah.
crew.
Yes.
And like, what's
My
brilliant about
God.
it is after the oneer, like the whole show is filmed beautifully. It's very cinematic
Oh, God,
in every
it's
way.
so good.
But after the oneer, they do more. Like they'll do a whole oneer where it's them coming in from the parking lot, going up the stairs, going into the office, rotating around everyone before they cut to something else. And you
Okay.
start realizing like, wow, they're really, and like the cinematography starts. There's one episode where the theme is Chinatown. I don't know. It's a detective story with beautiful
playing on Jack Nicholson's Chinatown.
and it's beautiful cinematography.
Yeah,
and they even
100%.
have a running
that's what I'm
joke
saying.
where there's a part where Seth Rogen's narrating, and it's just showing city shots.
He's like, "See
but
here,
then
see."
but then it cuts to him and he's on his phone, and then Ike's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's this thing my therapist told me to do. He said it'd be good for my anxiety attacks if I just speak out loud into my thoughts." But they made it like a detective, like
He's
noir.
narrating over
Yeah.
a detective
and
movie
then
that they're
Ike starts
making.
doing it later, and then Seth Rogen's like, "Don't fucking do that. That's my thing." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He puts his phone away. Like it's so like it's just one of those things where I'm like, it's just made by cinephiles for it. Like it's so good. It's just so if you love movies, there's no way you can't love this show or something of it.
Right.
It's just made for movie lovers, and it's also made to still give you, I believe, a more reality check of what it's really like in that industry. It's fucked. It's so chaos. It's nuts.
There's one joke that's so perfect, and it's where it's in the thank you episode when they're at the Globes, and he goes to piss with Ted Sarandos, and he leans over and he's like, "Ted, are you ever worried that they're ever not going to thank you?" Ted Sarandos, CEO of Netflix, everybody.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
it's actually him.
And then it's
Yeah.
him, and he looks over at him. He's like, "I get them to make that. Like, that's in the contract.
Yeah.
They have to thank me."
Yeah, they lose
And
money
he's like,
if they
"God
don't."
damn it! Why didn't I think of that?"
Yeah. So the whole episode, he's just begging Zoe Kravitz to please thank
Please
him in his
thank him.
speech.
I just
So
wanna be thanked.
pathetic.
Dude, it's he does so many things that it's like, oh, I have to watch this, but like, how is this a real thing that a human being is thinking is okay?
How many?
It's a 10 out of
how many?
10.
It's okay. It's 10 Catherine O'Hara's out of 10.
It's 10 out of 10. I'm guessing early 2000s hip hop girl fashion. Her fashion's nuts.
Catherine Hahn?
The whole show, me and
amazing.
Claudia are like, what era is this from?
She's like
She'll
she's
show
like
up
Fly
one day
Girl.
in like a fly girl outfit, and then another in like fucking diamond overall. Like,
Yeah.
what
Trying to
is?
find her style.
It's so
She just-
funny.
she wears what the
and
kids
she's
wear. She
nuts.
She wears what the kids wear.
She's absolutely
she's nuts, but
balls
she's a
to the wall.
genius. She'll say things, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "What?" And then
She
they're
knows
like,
marketing.
"We're trending number 1 right now," and it's like, "Fuck, keep going."
I'm excited to see what Rogan's going to do.
What
next.
would you watch, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I got to see Until Dawn. When Mike told me that there was an illegal rip online, I found it very quickly.
Yeah,
It wasn't too hard to find.
You know, as someone who was a big fan of the game and played it many times
Yeah.
and showed it to Zoe and she loved it and then played it many times again, if this movie had a different name, it would be just fine. But I cannot say that I enjoyed this simply because of that reason, because this isn't the game. My theory is that they pitched around a movie. They had a cool idea about kids that go into this hotel that keep getting fucking murdered and then Groundhog Daying back into the day again.
it's not a horrible idea.
It's not a horrible
no,
idea.
No,
That
no,
sounds
it's not.
fun.
Fun premise.
For sure.
It's been done in all kinds of different
It was done in
ways,
Channel
but it
Zero,
hasn't been done
wasn't
this
it?
Called Hotel
Yeah, I think
Kill.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
So
Nowhere House.
it's not a new idea. It's not
Right.
a fresh idea, but it's a cool idea that I would have enjoyed seeing. I think that they fished it around to everybody. They pitched it to everybody, and someone said, I think you need to attach a popular IP to this. They took the Until Dawn name because it just got remastered. It was getting a lot of fucking steam again, and I think they slapped it on this thing. They added the I'm such an idiot. What's his
So
fucking name? The
offensive.
therapist character.
Oh yeah, fucking the Russian in Armageddon.
Peter
Yeah.
Stormare.
Thank
Yeah,
you, thank
that's
you.
his
They
name.
threw him
Thank
back
you,
in
you
there.
with the reference.
I just love him.
the
Thank you,
Russian
movie.
in Armageddon.
They made his
American
they
cowboy.
wrote in like a harbinger of death kind of character for him, like Cabin in the Woods where they go to that
Yeah.
gas station.
Yes,
they
yeah,
gave
yeah.
him that kind of role, and it just
Why?
feels very.
That was
Put
their way
in.
of also being like Until
Look,
Dawn.
look,
Okay.
see.
They probably
Yeah, that's what
filmed
it
that
felt
at like an after shoots too, or right? Like
Can I?
reshoots.
What
You
so-
saw this first.
Yeah, and I've never played the game,
Hate you.
so I have no. I'm,
So,
but
but what did you think?
as someone who didn't have anything to it, I
Yeah.
liked it.
Okay.
It was. You're right about being a CW movie. I totally agree with you on that.
Right.
But
It's just got that
that's
shine.
That's to your point that whatever Sony touches just kind of shrivels up into
Yeah,
a
like,
turd.
turns to poop.
Like again, there's a reason it's called HBO's The Last of Us and not Sony's.
Exactly.
Right. Like
Yeah, you were right. I never even thought of that.
Sony needs to just be like, give us this
They
much
don't know
money.
what people like.
Yeah, give us this money. As long as we make this amount of money, you get creative control. Because unfortunately, when it comes to that shit, they just don't know what they're doing.
No.
They have no idea. And they have the rights to a lot of stuff that they could be
Yeah.
really making cool shit. But when those studio, like Seth
When I
Rogen needs
saw
to
the
fuck
place-
off in that one. That
Ugh.
studio exec needs to get the fuck out of there.
I had
It's cheap.
I really enjoyed watching the movie. Like, it was fun. It was stupid. The acting's bad. It'll be one of those movies people watch in the future where they're like, "Isn't this stupid?"
Like almost a cult following.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So,
Yeah.
so none of it's really based on a game.
There's little hints, like the killer that's in there with the clown mask.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's from the
That's
game.
taken from the game. His whole costume.
Those hillbilly killers.
The story's a little bit like they're in the mountains looking for her sister or something. But taking this, was it set in Canada?
No, I don't.
Taking this
don't know.
taking this out of fucking Calgary is just some bullshit.
I mean,
The game is set in Alberta.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
The game
Yeah.
story is just so
It's
it's
really
all
good.
right there for
It's
them.
really good,
It's
man.
all right there. They had
Yeah.
all the rights to it. They could have easily done this,
Yeah.
and they didn't
I
do
don't
it.
know.
See, I also said
They
I
just
was like, if somebody's a fan of this game, I don't think they'll be a fan of this movie because
And
I
they
was
can't.
I was looking
that's
at
what the
it.
majority of the reviews I read was like, if you're a fan of the game, you won't like the movie. I was like, shit.
So I can see the cinematic moments in The Last of Us happening in real time because I play enough games. I know it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of them, but
Yeah.
So as somebody who's never played the game,
Yeah.
those are just cool sequences. But to
Right.
someone who's played the game, I can see it and I go, okay, that's
You know what
that's
the-
making
Also-
people happy.
Right.
But this one didn't have any of that feel.
He's
So I
not
was
a
always
No.
he's not a psychiatrist in the
No.
movie?
No,
He-
he's
he-
a harbinger of death.
Because in the game,
well, he is,
he's-
but he feigns being a therapist.
Yeah.
But in the game, it's like awesome how his character interacts with you. Like
You
you
know
don't
more than
really
I would.
know.
I-
It sets up the
Yeah.
sets up the whole story.
Yeah, and you don't really know fully what his role in it is until like the very end, and then you're like, oh,
You should play it,
fuck.
Mike. It's really fun.
It's really good.
Butterfly effect.
And that I
Yeah,
like the
so-
premise. The premise of Wake Up, like the
What they
Groundhog
took-
Day of it was awesome.
See, so what they did is in the game, the Groundhog Day-esque moment is you basically, things happen where you need to give a response or do an action, and you have a time
And
limit.
that changes out your
Right.
okay.
So it
So
can
you
be
can
like,
say something positive, something negative. You could not answer at all, and it all sets up how your relationship
Right.
is with that
God,
character.
okay.
and people, like, you could kill off...
Choose your own adventure.
Yes.
Literally. And you can play a way where it's a very short game and everyone dies right away. You
Yeah.
can
Or
play
you
one
can
where
play it right
everyone...
to the end.
Right.
Yeah.
You can try and get everyone to live.
Okay.
When I found out there was an ending where everyone lives, I'm like,
How? Yeah.
What's wrong with
I, had
that?
the
I will play
same
this
feeling.
for the
I
millionth
was
time.
so mad.
Yeah. I was like, how?
What kind of person am I that I
Well, because
can't
I played
pick
the
like that?
shit out of it, and I'm like, never happened.
Me either.
Never happened.
Like Shauna.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
Zoe almost got
I
it
also
for
love
first playthrough.
people that make games that are worth playing again, especially when it's a solo.
That's the whole point.
I really
right?
love it.
Well, yeah,
I got a lot
I
of game
think
value
that
out
is
of
so
it.
much for a game. You
Right.
get replay value.
That's
Right.
the
So I got
Groundhog
really
Day
good-
idea of it. But you
right.
know what the difference between this and Last of Us is, Mike?
What?
The PlayStation Studios logo at the start of the movie.
Yeah. So again,
Yeah, I saw that.
if you look at it,
it was like, is this a game? Are we starting up a game?
Is this Uncharted? Fuck
well,
off.
and even Uncharted was like much better in terms of an adaptation.
At least
but
it
even,
followed the game.
Yes, but even that they missed the ball, and it's like, how do you miss the ball on your own shit?
It's
Just
like-
make
it's
the
your
game.
shit.
Just make the fucking game.
Yeah, like it's your shit. Like, why don't you even get the director? Because these games have directors and
I was
writers.
looking forward
And
Exactly.
just do the movie.
I
They
was- Do it
basically
again.
make them like movies, anyways.
I was looking
Oh my
forward
God.
to your reiteration of this because I was like, I didn't think it was good, but
Are there cool kills?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that stuff's great.
Because part of the game
And,
is
like,
some cool kills.
Guys, you got to remember, it's hard to get Shauna to sit like. Big fan of TV.
It's a
big
very
fan of
cool
storytelling.
But the
concept,
premise
though, right?
pulled her in.
But the
Yeah.
premise pulled her in.
and
the
that's
trailer
why
pulled
I
her in.
want to watch. I
So-
like the idea.
So I watched a movie with Shauna and had a good time because we talked about it after. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, mission accomplished.
Zoe and I,
Yeah.
listen, we liked it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the game.
yeah,
It wasn't what
it's
we
exactly what you said. If
Just
it had
give
a
us what
completely
we
different title, yeah.
Well, it's not like
Just give us what we want.
Well, and again, how many more examples do you need? Like, Marvel's been doing it so long that we make fun of it, but there's a reason why, like, Deadpool and Wolverine still makes a bill.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you want Deadpool, Wolverine, we'll give you
Here
Deadpool,
you
Wolverine.
fucking go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So same thing.
Unadulterated.
When you do something like Until Dawn, especially when these games are now being written like movies, they're interactive
It got a
movies.
Yeah.
remake.
Just
they
adapt it.
remastered it,
Just-
and they
right.
added more content
Right.
to it.
Just adapt it.
People love this fucking
Yeah.
game, and it came out 10 years ago.
That's why, too, we have to do a separate episode just ranting about Last of Us, because I have
We
beef
can.
with the second season.
look
For this reason.
look
Finale was
forward, listener,
underwhelming.
to a whole on just fucking.
I feel
rant.
whelmed.
They had
It's
more
gonna be a
misses
half
than lands.
It's going to be a half-hour rant. You rant for 15.
Yeah.
I rant for 15.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we leave
yeah.
listener just exhausted.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
Okay,
never
so how
watch
many?
it.
What was the really cool?
Can I give it?
Yeah,
sorry.
whatever
Can
you
I
want.
give it a rating? I'm going to give it a rating if it wasn't with Until Dawn as the title. I think then it's a solid 6.5.
Didn't
With Until Dawn as the name,
For
this
Hotel
becomes
Killer.
a 3.
Hotel Killer.
Yeah. If they could change the fucking name, this movie's 6.5, maybe 6.
Time Bandits.
All right, maybe not that.
You know what? I was gonna review a bullshit documentary I watched, but you know what I actually can review?
What?
You know what? It tells
Final
about the
Destination Bloodlines.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Was there a rip of that too?
Well, let me tell you a cool story. Okay, so this is
There's a
yeah,
lot
there
of
was.
coughing in it,
There was.
but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, and some guy with popcorn coming by.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, okay, so at work right now, lots of stuff filming in Winnipeg, lots of crazy shit going on. The guys who are working on Big Woods, which is the
porno.
yeah,
The porno.
that's a great title.
Oh my god.
No, it's the Little House
Porno
on the Prairie.
lumberjacks.
Oh,
yeah.
is that the
Little
working
House on
name?
the Prairie remake is
Big
Woods.
Woods.
Little cocks on
Oh
the
my
prairie.
god. From the guys that brought you
So,
Yellowstone. Big Woods.
The guy, for a second, the guys working on the special effects for this show
Right.
did the special effects for Final Destination Bloodlines.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
So on a certain person's phone named Tony, who's been really awesome, he
Classic
said,
Tony.
"Do you want to see the explosion in the end of the movie on my phone?" And I said, "Fuck yes, I do."
Oh, like him on set?
The explosion.
Video?
So in the end of the
Goddamn.
movie is a giant one-off explosion.
Cool.
And he's like, "I can show you every camera."
There's
on
no
my phone of
two-off
doing it."
explosions.
No, he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We only did this once."
Oh, yeah. We don't really get that. Just
So the day I was
doing it the first time.
The day I was watching it, right before I came home, like 3 hours later, he was showing me on his phone
so
on the
awesome.
monitor
That's awesome.
all the setups and the whole special
It's
effects
awesome,
because it was
right?
filmed in northern BC.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking unbelievable.
It's so cool.
So then I go and
That's
watch
where they
it.
filmed most of them, I believe.
There, he said only but two.
Yeah.
Two were not.
Was Devin Sawa there?
Unfortunately, not.
He's been hyping the movie, though.
Tony Todd.
Good.
Tony Todd was there. Tony Todd had a. I'll tell you about it in a second.
Awesome.
I'm glad he got to make that. Like,
The
one of his
quick and
last
the
roles.
deadly on this is it's a lot of fun. It ties in the lore perfectly.
I've heard that.
It does a good job of explaining why this has been happening to so many people, which it's not a spoiler alert. It's just how it works.
Bloodlines.
That's death.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Bloodlines.
it's
Exactly Bloodlines.
Yeah, totally.
So there is
It's
one.
been trying to catch
You're
up.
inheriting it, you little bastards.
but
Yeah.
it's cool because it was one event a while ago that was supposed to take out a bunch of people.
Is it the
Right.
tower thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just saw.
And because all
behind
those
the scenes of
people
that.
survived the tower,
Had kids.
had kids upon kids,
those damn hippies.
you
It-
have
death takes-
multiple
yeah.
bloodlines
Right.
that go over the history of the Devon Sawas.
So Sawa's one of those
and
kids.
the Ali Larders. They're all one
God
of the they're all
damn.
one of the
It's
generations.
them blood.
I'll still never
So
get
you
over
can't
them.
skip it.
No.
You know what I thought was the funniest thing? We rewatched The Final Destination at the Cabin.
It's 4.
Another bad one. So bad.
Is that the one with the pool?
That's the one with the horrible 3D. They had
Oh,
no
the-
budget.
the race car.
The NASCAR.
Yep.
It starts with the NASCAR. Okay. So
Deep cut.
you know
Worst
what's
characters
funny?
I've ever seen
I'm
in my
like,
life.
you know what really is the funniest thing about all these movies is
Shoot.
death could really just be like, well, it's not like you can survive me forever, so I'll just wait a couple of years. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, why does it
it's
have to be
insane
relentless?
No,
that
it
he
has
goes
to be a
through-
Rube Gold. It has
So-
to be a Rube Goldberg machine.
It's got to be like a Norm Macdonald version of death. Like he's just like laughing every
Oh,
time.
they-
Because I'm like, really, this is the stupidest thing. Like when they're 100, ha,
They
got you now.
I
Like,
win death.
I get you anyway, you bastards. Just die.
they have a lot of really interesting kills. The cast is great. Tony Todd does a moment. We all know
Yeah.
that Tony Todd was on the outs. May he rest in power. But what's cool was what happens in the movie, I found out was not part of the script. There is a moment where he walks up from his line after he's done, turns around and talks directly to you. And it's a love letter to the fans and everybody who's watched him over the
Yeah.
years. And then it cuts right to the next scene. But it's like that moment in Black Panther 2 at the funeral where you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
know this is a funeral.
That
Yeah.
gives me chills.
This was
Yeah.
a moment recognizing
And
a
it's
horror
really
icon.
He's a
awesome what he
legend.
says.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
You
what
guys
he
would love
says.
it.
That's
Like,
why they kept it, right?
The end sequence is fantastic on screen. It's insane. He's like, we had 17 cameras on the shot. He was
That's
telling
cool.
me. Like,
I'm excited to see. I love
Yo,
that it got
yeah.
so much good hype because it's too.
It's getting the best reviews of any Final Destination
it's
right now.
yeah.
really
It's
Not
awesome.
that that's a high bar.
You know, I-
hey man,
I have a
Final
on that-
Destination 1's masterpiece.
I know.
That's a 5.
2's great too.
everything.
I did.
It's all about the logs or nothing else for me, which is 2.
What about the Coasters? The roller coasters.
I like
The
Mary.
third one.
That's
Roller
Mary
coaster-
Elizabeth
Yeah, I
know.
Winstead.
Mary
She's
Elizabeth-
the-
that's
she's the
where
only
it
good
started.
thing.
Yeah,
She's
and then
the
they go
only
back
good
to,
thing about that movie.
Yeah.
Is that where they go back to Ellie? No, Ellie Larder's in the second
one, yeah.
Yeah.
She gets killed in that
She
one.
gets
yeah,
bad.
They
she's
kill
so
off Devon Sawa off screen.
good. Yeah.
in
They
a
do.
newspaper article.
They
It's
do.
bullshit.
It's
yeah,
so
yeah, that's
bullshit.
right.
I'll never forgive
They
them.
do.
But do you think
He's like, I'm Wild America.
That's
guys,
right.
ponder this for a second, if you will. Do you think that he faked his own death so he could go into hiding and he'll come back in the next one?
Well-
because we didn't see him die. So it is a plausible
I
argument
know.
to say that he died off
Listen,
camera.
I know that's typically the horror rule, but I don't think that's
You don't
the
like when they
case.
abuse
As
the
long
power.
as it's fun and I go, okay. I
Guys,
don't hate
yeah.
it because I love that that's been a trope since like the 80s that
Yeah.
they'll just be like,
if you don't see him die,
Yeah.
he could come back.
yeah, right. Right.
I give this three mailboxes to the face out of 5. It was one of my favorite kills. It's where someone's just explaining how it all works and then they just bite it. Right.
That's
Like,
how
it's-
it always
Like
happens.
it's the best
It's
kind
the
of kill.
bus from the first one.
Yes, 100%.
Fun fact
Yeah.
before we move on. You might remember in the first one, after she gets hit by the bus, the next scene is Devon Sawa and Ali Larder having Alka-Seltzer tablets.
Yes.
They put that in because the test audiences were so unnerved by the shock of seeing her get hit by that bus that they put that scene in thinking it would calm people down.
Fuck, what about
Watching them have an Alka-Seltzer drink.
that is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like
That's
by
crazy.
osmosis, that's
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah,
do something.
they
So
thought,
people would be
okay,
like, oh,
that's
damn, I
fine.
got to get an Alka-Seltzer.
It calms people down.
Jesus.
funny.
And they paid for that for
Yeah,
sure.
they
right?
added that scene in there.
Oh
for-
my God.
That's the only
Also,
reason.
where was that scene in Meet Joe Black? That's the worst kill. I was like fucking
3 hits?
13.
He hits
I was
the
like,
car, then
Oh,
he hits
hits
another
2
car,
cars,
and then he hits the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Classic.
It's something like
Zoe
yeah.
didn't believe me.
Oh,
she didn't believe
dude.
me. That's how the movie ends.
and it's
Yeah.
real,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
a real scene
Brad
in the movie.
Pitt died.
It's a real scene. I just can't believe they were like, "That's it. That's how we do it."
great
And met the
scene.
editor
Oh, so
and
good.
met like the test. Like that's wild. It's
Well,
the wildest
why was
scene.
he standing there?
And he's just like, "See you later."
See ya.
Yeah, this
Charles.
is my ride.
That's how I want to go.
Charles, what time is it?
Oh, I think it might be debate time. Is it debate time? Debate.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you are. I never would have agreed to work for you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yes, it is, Charles. It's debate time. We're all very excited to see this movie, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
big.
and it's long and the fact they're getting Danny Boyle back. They got,
Right.
right, all the original
Alex
team.
Garland.
Right,
Ralph Fiennes.
that's
Yep.
great. Oh man,
Rafe?
and he got jacked.
Yeah.
I think it's Rafe.
No, it's Voldemort. I think
Is
it's
it Rafe?
Yeah.
Is it not Ralph?
No, I think it's Rafe.
Rave.
Rave?
No, it's not Rave.
No, it's not Rave.
Rave,
Okay.
fine.
So if it's
Rave
not Ralph,
fine.
What do you want to do this Saturday?
Rave.
Rave's fine.
all right. Maybe Joseph. Yeah, no, we're all very excited to see this. So as it's opening weekend, we're probably going to check it out this week.
I mean, the first 2 were great.
It is.
Yeah,
I like it.
really like them.
I like it the most because of its realistic aspect of being bitten by something that gives
It's
you
the
a
rage
thing.
virus,
It's the
yeah.
rage virus. It's the most
Yeah,
plausible
It's not just
way.
zombie. Why would a zombie bite?
It's not coming back from the dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is
It's also like terrifying. Like it can just be from blood.
right.
Isn't that
That's
like
it.
in the first
It
one, the
drips
blood
in-
falls in his eye?
That's the second one.
That's
Yeah,
oh man,
that's the
it's
second one.
fucked
Is
up.
it the second one?
No, I
it's
think
the
it's
first one.
I
You're
think
right.
it's the
You're
first
right.
one.
Yeah, it is.
It's
yeah, you're right.
fucked. That's fucked.
It's and then
Like,
in the
fuck.
second one when he leaves his family behind in the opening sequence.
Oh my
And the
God.
Oh my God, the drone shot.
Robert
flying
Carlyle
around,
in the drone
running.
shot,
Yeah.
right?
And that
Holy
was
shit.
ahead of its time. You didn't really get drone shots a
No,
lot,
no.
right? So that was really neat to have one of those in there.
And I mean,
Oh
it's
my
such a
God.
low budget movie for the first
also,
one.
like what?
he's-
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, Jeremy Renner's
Renner
a
in the-
soldier.
yeah.
Rose Byrne, Idris Elba. It's a stacked cast.
They got all these British people to play
Yeah.
American soldiers.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny.
And then what's
And
his
it's
face?
in English.
And Jeremy Renner's like, "What's up, mate?"
Brennan,
No, he's not. He's
Brennan
American.
Gleeson's in it too?
Yeah,
Brendan
he is.
Gleeson's in the first one.
Were you
Yeah.
talking? Oh, the second one. Sorry. Yes.
No, first
No,
one.
he's in the
He's
first
the
one.
one that
He's the
gets
one who
the
gets the
blood in the
eye.
eye.
Yeah, but you were talking about Renner in the second one.
Yes, Renner's in
Yeah,
the second
Renner's
one.
one of the sharpshooters,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's the one
it.
that gets flamethrown.
Guys,
Yeah.
remember, to
This
me,
is
it's
pushing the car.
It's only been 28 minutes.
28 minutes later.
Yeah.
28's before.
I
20
always
minutes
confused it
before.
with
28
30
seconds.
Days a Night when I was a kid.
Which is also a great.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's a good one
vampire.
too.
Vampire.
Yeah, that's
One
one
of
in
the
Alaska.
vampire movies.
Yeah,
That's
a great
due
one.
for a remake.
Hartnett, man.
Oh,
fucking
that was
give
a
it her.
fucking great
It was a
movie.
good one. Yeah.
So we have a list of things. We're all going to argue about what should go into this
Sure.
survival kit.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's really just about what you would take.
It is. What would you? And we want to hear from you guys. Obviously,
Cure?
if you've got, yeah, right.
Well, I think I don't think we have to argue against each thing. It just comes down to the end when we have our full kit presented.
Yeah.
That's when we go, well, whose kit is the best?
Well,
Floor is
Charles,
open.
you got.
Oh yeah.
You're the slowest of us.
I'm yes.
So,
Hold on. No. Now we're going to go outside and race.
so being the slowest, you'll get eaten first. So
Miss-
we'll
Cap-
let
my
you,
brain?
We'll let you. Yes, we'll let you go. For, no, I'm just
Captain
kidding.
Achilles, whose
Yeah.
Achilles
Yeah, like,
heel
I-
was
dude, I
his
can't-
Achilles heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew?
What are the odds, right?
Shauna dipped Michael in the hot tub by his heel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Got an arrow right through it as soon as I pulled it out. Brad Pitt, eat your heart out. Okay, so
great.
we haven't decided on how we want to do this. I feel that I think the
Primary
scenario
weapon.
I think the scenario is really key to how we
Let's set the scenario.
let's set the stage.
Oh, you want to do that first?
I want to see where we are.
Whoa.
Right? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh shit, so me. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
you.
that's
All
you,
right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're starting with scenario.
yeah.
I picked the leaf.
Oh shit.
I thought
Oh shit.
I thought that'd
Some
be
jungle zombies up in this bitch.
I thought that'd be fun.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
also a fake like ecosystem, so
Yeah.
maybe we could confuse them with the heat.
Well, you could keep it going and grow
Yeah.
plants all year round.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and like they have the gardens and shit set up, so we would just have to reinforce more like fences and
I
stuff.
didn't think of that.
That's a livable place,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
and
it's also neat.
nobody's hustling there first. You know
No,
what
I don't
mean?
think that's people's go-to.
It's
No.
Cabela's.
Yeah.
It's Costco.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's,
Cabela's.
it's toilet
It
paper
is.
and
it is. It
shotguns.
really
It
is.
is.
It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah. No, I was thinking the leaf. Yeah,
Nice
Yeah.
shout out to
I think that's a great
local
pick.
tourist attraction too.
Hey man, there's a fake waterfall. Let them lure them there. Let them fall off.
I got
That's
it.
if they get in.
I
That's
can
if
tell
they get
you.
in. Right.
Here's a funny story.
Great pick.
I got invited to go to it halfway through its build.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And we got to do a tour of it when it was just concrete.
Yeah.
That bitch ain't burning down, boys.
No, I'm telling
That
I think
thing
you
has
picked
that
It's
thing
a
is
fortress.
strongly reinforced.
It's a fortress.
Yeah.
And you have an
Yeah.
underground garage.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And
I
like they
that.
do banquets and shit, so they do have a kitchen. Like they make
That really
food there.
shits
and
on my
shit, so-
idea. I
And
was
yeah, again, at the end of the day, you could really just grow your own.
I
Yeah,
wanna,
and also it's nice, even though you might be trapped in there for a while. It's nice to have like it's not
And
the-
outdoors.
Yeah.
It's not the worst
Yeah.
place to be stuck in. Yeah, you do have an outdoor
museum,
element,
yeah.
natural light, as much as you might get. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
it's
Great
gonna
pick.
it's gonna simulate some sort of lifestyle after you're not allowed outside for weeks on end, right?
Yeah.
Like so.
Morale wise,
Yeah, it's very biodome of you.
Well, yeah.
But I get it because it's
Totally.
it's a local dome.
That's right. That's right. And you could survive in there. Why not?
I'm
That's a
not.
good
yeah,
pick.
and I mean oxygen, right?
Yeah.
There's so many
Yep.
reasons to say right.
Color me impressed.
Where is your scenario happening? What do you?
My scenario, I don't know how far we can get out of Winnipeg,
Yeah.
but I chose out at the beach. I chose the Interlake.
nice.
So
Oh,
whether that's
nice.
Gimli, whether it's Grand, whatever you prefer.
That's nice. That's
Whatever
awesome.
side of the Lake Winnipeg that you're on.
I
Beach
do
zombies.
wonder if people are going to be hustling that way out from the highway, but
Oh, I see what you mean.
my main point is that fishing is constant.
Yeah.
Whether it's during the winter or during now, I'm sure somebody has an auger that I could loot out there
Yeah.
in the winter. Once we get to transport, I've got seasons covered. Well, you're going to need an ice auger to
Yeah,
get through
yeah,
5
yeah.
feet of ice, Michael.
yeah.
I mean,
But
if
I mean-
Jackson can do it. Why couldn't you?
Think of being out on the ice. You're in a fly. You're in a tent. You could just fish. You could have it open. You could see a zombie coming for miles.
Good.
I mean,
You get a-
jeez.
You get a sniper shot off.
That's
for
what I
sure.
mean. Or you're on a boat. Zombies aren't coming.
It's true.
Shit.
And like you could,
That's an easy way to escape.
you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
make
yeah.
yourself a moat and like cut out if you. This is a lot
well,
of work. but,
I
like,
think that
You always have
we
an
have to be there
escape.
for a couple of years.
My big point is that no matter
Yeah,
what,
you do.
You need
run
an
down to
exit
the beach,
strategy.
you get
Yeah.
in the boat, and
you need
go.
an exit strategy.
Yeah.
You definitely do. Yeah.
So that was my thought.
You never wanna be
Food,
surrounded.
exit might be tough to get out there.
I was torn
That's not
between.
bad. I like that.
There was.
Beach zombie.
I mean, you never see them in bikinis and speedos, right? So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Sunscreen.
there might even be
Yeah.
more civilization out there, depending on how fast it spreads.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
and I mean, you
That's true.
always see them run for the hills. skills, right? Like you always leave for the country.
I
There's
don't deny that there might be a horde coming at some point. But
Sure.
again, the exit strategy is sound.
Well, and I think in what
always have your outs. Yeah,
in the
It's very top
trailer
tier operator review.
in the trailer for 28
Looks like they're on
years
an
later,
island.
they
They're-
kinda do
yeah,
that, which
yeah.
is smart. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
what's
the best way to
leave-
survive?
They leave on. He leaves on a boat.
And then he gets to a really thinned out like dock. So
Yeah.
even if you're getting chased,
yeah,
there's limited
got a
land
way to
for
go.
them to like.
Yeah.
It's really smart.
but
When
it
I
is
saw that, I was
28
like,
days later, so maybe they've developed aquatic skills.
Well, my thing is zombies don't breathe, but if these are rage virus zombies, so they
Right?
might
There's a little.
breathe.
There's
Or they're at least at the bottom just raging.
Well, it seems like it doesn't take a headshot to do it.
yeah.
yeah. They
Is
need-
what I mean. So
yeah.
Well, in Last of Us, in the game, they allude to zombies are not impacted by water. Like she's in water getting pulled down, and it's not drowning; it's trying to drown.
see, that's what I mean. It all depends on the
So-
kind of zombie.
And
Yeah.
then if she lets go of it, it's essentially alive, but it just will be at the bottom.
the
being, like,
averaged
raging.
out zombie
Right.
isn't a water-based zombie, but
But
at
this
the
is
same
cool.
time-
Again, that's what's neat about them doing these in installments of time. Is that
Have they
something we can
developed
see?
skill? Yeah.
Like is there a scene where they're swimming and the camera just pans down and there's like zombies still fucking raging down there trying to get out, but they're all like,
Right.
Yeah, every other
stuck down
like
there.
The Walking
Like-
Dead was maybe 6 years of total time for me in story.
Yeah.
Right, like there
Yeah.
not a lot of time.
So
there.
what does a 20-year infection look like?
What is one
28
generation
years?
of zombie?
I would think
now?
they'd start to break down from either not eating or, you know what I mean?
Fusing?
Well, see, that's why
I guess you're right because they would they not just
They'd
be
starve.
skeletons?
Yeah, they'd start.
But
with
are
that.
they still alive? Is there? I don't know.
Well, you saw the trailer.
Yeah,
The
they
new
had
one.
like that-
There was that
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy looking ass zombie.
Yeah, and he seemed pretty alive.
I
Yeah,
really hope that
that's
that's
true.
the true thing.
Yeah.
I was torn between two
Where are you
places. I thought it would be fun to do this at the Red River X, very zombie land. Right?
That's great.
You made yours terrifying.
That's great.
Right? Like-
I love zombie
Get-
circus, zombie beach.
Right?
That's great.
It was either that or it was the outlet mall, which is boring. It's just because it's near so many food establishments.
Dawn of the Dead, man.
But Dawn of the
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
also too, very
Yeah.
mall-like, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's a lot to clear.
It is if you, but I mean, okay, if you get there first, there's not a lot of entrances. There's not a lot of
To
exits.
the
right?
mall?
So there's
It's full of them. It's just full of them. I'm pretty sure. Fire
Yeah.
code. Fire code, Mike.
There has to be legally.
What you can think of is once you get that shit locked down, it could be a cool fortress.
so
Right.
But
why
that's a lot of work.
So why we're
It's a
gonna
lot of work.
So why we're gonna do this at Red River X is.
Yeah. And Red River X has no barriers really for it.
But I mean, I could park myself in a sniper rifle, hang out in the Ferris wheel,
I'm a
get
live
on the
up here.
swings, and just take rounds as
Yeah.
I'm going around.
All
Right?
right.
Like
But what if that thing starts going, okay, here we go.
hydraulics,
Right?
right?
Remember in Zombieland, too?
Yeah.
That was so
Well.
terrifying when they're just stuck on it and it's slowly going down.
Honestly and truthfully, tactically speaking, the outlet mall works better just because you have everything that you need. It's
Yeah,
at your
yeah, yeah.
disposal.
Yeah.
Like there's places to sleep, there's clothes, there's food, there's
You're
shelter.
talking Portage Place?
No, outlet mall. Not
Portage Place now.
Yeah.
right now.
Equally
Yeah.
dangerous.
We got Tim Hortons and Sports Check. Let's go.
We're going to
so
be
yeah.
great.
I'm going
That's all we need.
I'm going Dawn of the Dead, and yes, I know there's multiple egresses.
That's tough. That's tough. What's
all
next,
good
brother,
picks.
man?
Well,
all good
okay.
picks.
Like
all good picks.
we got a scenario,
Yeah.
right? Either way, we need some sort of transport to get moving,
Okay.
right? How are we going? What would you want to have at your disposal as a vehicle, Jimmy? What
Well,
would
if
you-
we're in a place,
yeah.
for our San Jose listeners, we're in a place where it is cold 8 months out of the year, where
AF.
we can get quite possibly the worst snowstorms anybody's ever seen.
Very true.
My vehicle is a bombardier.
Snowcat. Fuck yeah.
My
that's awesome.
God. And you can drive that motherfucker out onto the ice. You can fish
can.
right through the bottom of it.
can.
You don't have to worry about
Son of a gun.
jack.
What happens
Wow.
during the spring and summer months, though?
I mean, it's still on a track.
Okay. Just
So
slow
it
as
can
fuck.
go. It'd be
Just gotta
slow
be
as
careful.
fuck.
Just gotta be careful.
I thought about a bombardier, but it's
I mean,
not
you have
very,
what, 2 gears?
It's not because
Fast
it's not
and
movie
faster.
related.
yeah, slow,
I thought-
turtle and rabbit.
What
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
turn, since it's not particularly movie related, not that I could think of any, maybe there is, but I chose the armored truck from Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder,
the zombie truck.
Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah,
as a bombardier.
as a bomb. Okay.
That's a good
so you
one.
know when they have the chainsaws, so you can fucking
Yep, yep.
get
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you're just,
yeah.
You're just putting
on.
tracks
That's
on
a
your.
good
Yeah, I'm just
one.
putting tracks on it. That's
Okay.
all we're doing.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was a good one. Yeah, that's right.
That was a
Fuck.
really.
I forgot about that.
I fucking love that version.
yeah, the movie was.
Dawn
I
of
mean,
the
they
Dead. I
they get
love
out
it.
there
It
and
was
they
a lot of
crash
fun.
within about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
They do.
And I love that
it's
they let you
short-term
see a bit
games.
of that. Like, right? They come running out of the island or whatever. They
Well,
think
because
they're.
gave the weirdest people the chainsaws.
Yes, yeah.
They just end up fucking each
Division
other
of
up with
labor
them.
was not practiced.
No.
It never is in these.
I don't think they needed the chainsaws, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Charles, would you? Actually, I'll go next. I
okay.
I like Jerry from World War Z. I'm a big fan of Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right.
You do love Pitt.
Yeah.
I do love
His kids
Pitt.
don't.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll make it
His
for
kids definitely
His
do
kids
not.
don't.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie.
I'll be his kid.
Never again.
I'll be a Pitt.
There is, and this is out of just necessity. Like, you know how when like your parents sent you to school with a parka and it would like function over style,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
This is what
Canada,
this
baby.
is. Like,
Smart parents.
right? Like
Winnipeg.
I was thinking.
You got to think about the elements, Mike.
You do. So I have one of those big 12-wheeler convoy trucks that they
Wow.
transport the guys to and from the base on.
What are you going to be, an ice road trucker?
Possibly, if I have to. If I'm coming to hang out with you, I think I have to be.
That's how he's
going to
make money.
some fucking
That's how he's
tundra.
going to make money in the new world.
Right? If I want to come hang
The
out
latest
with,
episode of-
with you over here at the Leaf, like I have to traverse some serious land. It's diesel.
That's true.
It's going to start in the cold weather.
True.
If I meet people along the way, obviously I'm gonna, because everybody's fucking panicking.
You're a trucker
right?
now.
I'm a trucker now.
I'm a diesel man.
I'm the guy that, you know, when you have the one friend, you're like, can you help me move? Now I'm the guy who's like, can you help me live?
I'll
Can you
move
help me
your whole
move?
life.
Yeah. Just shut up and get in the back and don't
In
ask
the
for
back,
much.
you got a bunch of people back.
So yeah, like 4 in the front,
Join
and
the
then like
convoy.
at least like it's a 20 troop carrier.
You can sleep
is
in that
what
too.
it
You
is.
don't really need a place to stay.
It's
right.
designed for so many things.
That's right.
It can go through bog. It can go through tundra. It can go through water up to a certain height before it's going to bog out. Like
So you're towing a trailer?
no. It's just one of those canvas
camper home.
Yeah, I want
Camper
one of
home.
those canvas
see.
back thing. I mean, I also thought of the train from
Train to Busan?
No, sure.
That would be awesome.
I went Resident Evil train.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
train,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that takes them in.
Oh,
under
the umbrella
city.
train.
The
Yeah,
umbrella
yeah,
train.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Because I was like, hey, you know what?
Train to Busan.
Pre-debate, I would have been like, yeah, just dig a bunch of fucking tunnels, and I would traverse underground Winnipeg in
So,
this train.
so what's your
Right.
vehicle from exactly?
My vehicle is literally the vehicle that Jerry gets in when he's being
Oh,
transported
you're right, yeah.
from NATO base to NATO base.
Yeah.
Like when they fly him around the world. When they
I
take
mean,
him
it
to
does
Israel.
I was
work.
not a fan of
Yeah.
that movie.
You know, it's kind of hard.
If you infect yourself a
With
little
AIDS.
bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
Because they know bad meat.
Well, and
But that just
It was so stupid.
it was a really weak. You know what I loved the
Well-
most about that movie? I learned the whole 10th man principle when they get
if
to
you're
Jer-
hot enough, anything can get made.
Sure, yeah, no. No, but
Just put Pitt in it.
the cool thing was that the 10th man principle. This is such nerdy shit, but it is in Jerusalem and Israel. If they vote on something parliamentary, 9 people agree. One person's job is to disagree on purpose, to be the sober second thought, to make them think.
Oh,
it
so
through.
that we didn't all just be like.
Whatever decision they make, they don't all
Right.
just jump in.
We
like
had one
lemmings.
guy that gave us perspective, but not enough.
Right, so that's why but that was our argument for building walls before everybody else built
Right,
walls.
right.
Which I thought
Yeah.
was kind of cool. The rest of the movie's shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just Brad Pitt being Brad
Well,
Pitt
Claudia told me what
being chased by zombies.
it's based on a book, and Claudia has the book, and she told me what the book's about. And I'm like, why
the book's an
fuck?
anthology
Yeah, I
series.
was like, why the fuck did they just do that?
Maybe it was supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, the book's an anthology. It's all different stories of people
And it's like
surviving
people-
the zombie
right,
apocalypse.
leaving
and they're
their-
very sad and very
Their
good.
memoirs, and like
Yeah.
that could be easily a show.
Just
and each episode,
make the
I
thing!
know, I don't get it. And who are
It's
these?
right fucking there.
And what I love is these
you don't need
studios,
Brad Pitt.
These studios say the talent they'll get. We'll get so and so to make it. Oh, do they know the source material?
No.
Not at all. But they don't need to. They
Haven't
made
read it
this.
at all.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
They
you
can't
fuck.
read.
Right.
Making it
do you-
work.
Like, why don't you do it with a biopic?
Making it work.
We're gonna get so and so to do a biopic. Does he know about the artist? Not at
No.
all. He'll just make it up as he goes. Like, you
That's
don't do
the first
that.
time I've heard of him.
Austin Butler's guessing.
Charles, what
Sounds
are you,
good.
Charles, what are you driving?
Jack White was better.
So I didn't think this one as well thought out. This one's not thought out as
What'd
well.
you pick?
It's not horrible, but when I heard your guys' story once, I was like, well.
Okay.
I picked Tallahassee's truck in Zombieland. and
the
I think-
well, that's not a bad
Not
pick
the
at all.
Hummer. I think it's the one before because it has the
Oh, the fucking
front-
zombie
that's
attachment.
just
That's
pushing
not a
things
bad
out
pick
of
at
the
all.
way.
That's a dude.
It's a truck.
Tallahassee's on my list.
Yeah, like it's a truck and it'll do it. It'll
not
push
a
things
bad
out. That's
pick.
that was my idea. Is I like that idea being like it pushes the shit out of the way when you need to.
That's you're
and I
gonna
think
need
he
it.
kills
Dude, you're eventually
I think
gonna-
he ramps
yeah.
up and kills some zombies. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good
But your
one.
guys was like fucking snow, like Transformers. I was like,
Your Hummer
shit.
can get through the snow.
Dude,
I guess
You'll
so.
be all right.
I guess so.
You right
and you
now,
got a plow on the front.
Those were good. Those were good.
like you.
All good picks.
You
Mr. Plow.
winterized.
Mr. Plow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mr.
my
Plow.
name.
Yeah.
Mr. Plow.
Hey, Mike.
Okay. I like all these vehicles. They're very fun.
I think these are good picks so far.
Okay, so we're left with 4 different things in our loadout. This is the best part of the game, listener. So we've got our primary weapon, the one that we use all the fucking time, the one that you like conserve so that you always have. It's your Lucille from The Walking Dead, so to speak.
Lucille!
Lucille!
I'm not afraid of her anymore.
Then you've got your secondary weapon, right? Like could be a flail. Could be.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a flail if they're coming
you
up
could be hearing a flail.
Specifically the one that Mel Gibson uses in the movie.
Yes.
This motherfucker went to an outlet mall so he could pick a flail again.
Yeah. Multiple
I knew
flail.
it. If Martin was here, he'd be so mad.
Cabela's is across the parking lot.
He's so mad.
God damn it.
So
living off the fudge.
Then we have fudge and like MREs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But think of the cots.
Oh, I'd be sleeping off the ground, boys. That's all I care about. So
I just need the ground.
Primary, secondary. Then you have your utility, right? Like something that has a useful purpose.
Go gadget cure.
Right. Go gadget.
I got the cure. Who knew? Charles wins again.
I have Ellie from The Last of Us. She's the cure.
But we made it. We made the cure.
I have
we killed Ellie.
It's what's left.
I
of
had
her.
Ellie, then I killed her. And I
brought Robert Smith from The Cure.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He'll sing the pain away.
I am the cure. So, and then we have your comfort item, something that will bring you mental health relief, right? If you're in
teddy.
the throat, right? Something.
A teddy's a good answer.
Something that gives you joy. So, Jimmy, I will let you pick. Do you want to go in order from top to bottom, best to worst? Do you want to?
I want to do comfort last.
Want to do comfort last? Okay, fair enough.
Let's
Fair
do. I think let's just do primary, secondary.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go the list.
All right.
So listen, because of the scenario that I picked and being in such an open area. I wanted to pick something that wouldn't attract a lot of noise.
Sure.
Because it would echo forever.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, you shoot a firework off at the beach, you can hear it fucking.
That's a good point.
It's not like Jimmy's got subsonic rounds or some shit.
You can see him 100 miles away.
Is it a flail?
No. Shut up! I picked Daryl's crossbow from The Walking Dead.
you did.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if
The
this is
silent
allowed,
killer.
but there
It
is
is.
one at Cabela's that has. It's like a revolver reloader, so it's
Whoa.
a semi-automatic crossbow. And I know if Daryl had that, he'd be very excited.
Yeah.
So there's no pullback, there's no reload like that.
Damn.
I don't know if that's allowed because it's not exactly his crossbow, but up to you guys.
I am not one to split hairs over specs.
Cabela's
Because
is
that's what Last of Us is, right?
Cabela's
Last of Us,
isn't real.
you can add attachments and you craft and stuff.
And
right?
again, you
Going
would
to
think these people
find-
would do
Right.
that.
You're going to be
You
looting
think if you
through
found
somebody
that,
out in
you'd
the
do it.
That's what I thought.
He's going to be in the Inner Lake. He's going to find some old deer
Right.
hunter who's
There's
probably
probably a
got
man who already has it.
right. And you're going to find his load.
Exactly.
He's going to
Give
have
me
all
an
the
old
missiles.
man.
I'll kill him and take
I was
his.
going to say, right.
He'll have the
You're old.
infrared lens on it or some shit, and you're like, I'll just kid up from
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But I thought having something like that,
Silent but
and
deadly.
if there's zombies that we don't have to shoot in the head to kill, because maybe I don't have the best aim, but I can see him coming for forever.
It's coming right for us.
So I'm ready. And then, if they happen to get close enough, my secondary is Pablo's rusty chain from Ash vs. the Evil Dead. It doesn't actually make an appearance, but he's trying to find out what his signature weapon would be, kind of like we are now.
Yeah.
And they get in a situation that's bad, and he says, man, I wish I had my rusty chain.
That's canon.
And I feel that.
Yeah.
So I got to go with the rusty chain, because at the end of the day, I hit him with it. Maybe it doesn't kill him, gives him tetanus.
Coming
Love it.
coming from a flail operator, yeah, it's good to have something you
Oh
can
my
swing.
God.
I
No
approve.
tetanus
flail.
shot in the apocalypse.
But I mean, you could strangle, right? Like,
Well, and think it's not just going to be zombies. There's marauders.
there's tons of people.
Oh
There's
my
bad
God,
guys.
You might
right,
have
the
to chainsaw-
riffraff.
Yeah.
Wish I had my rusty chain.
That
Smugglers.
that has some utility and some objectivity as a weapon too. I can,
And it's a bottle opener.
It's
Thank
like
you.
it's like a Swiss Army man.
Not with how rusty it is.
Right.
You know,
I
there's
drink that rust.
There's a lot of weapons out there that you can pick from that are like
Oh,
classic.
sir, you guys misunderstood. I picked Alec Baldwin from Rust. He's my secondary.
So you die first.
yeah. Don't be
They're
on.
coming right for us. Shit you.
Yeah.
Damn. This thing's
Jimmy.
real.
Oh, shit.
What if I cock this gun in front of you,
Yeah.
pointing it at you?
Alec, no!
Movies are fun.
I thought about going something new age, right? Like Alice's carbide operated gun that she shoots
Sweet.
everything in. That's great, good and all, but eventually, though, I feel I'm not going to find ammo for that kind of gun.
That's why I picked crossbow. Arrows are unlimited.
I'm going to go down the same route as you. Well, you can make them, right?
You can make, bolts
just
are a
have
little
to keep
difficult,
doing
but you can
this.
reuse them for a while.
You just have to keep doing this, and they just come.
guys, I gotta stick with. I mean, you went down this road. I'm going down this road. You went TV. I'm going movie.
Right.
It's the boomstick.
Oh,
I
the
almost
boomstick.
picked that.
It's Ash's
Boomstick.
boomstick.
So in
Yeah.
this scenario, Mike's arm has been lopped off.
Yeah.
Well, if I pick the chainsaw, I was between the two. I was like, if I pick the chainsaw, someone's gonna be like, "We got to lose your fucking arm, idiot." I'm like,
Not
"Ah,
if you get the ash utility. Not if you get the ash
That's
utility.
true.
Like
if you go with
that's
show,
great.
then you get the
That one's
mechanical
great.
hand.
I feel shotgun shells will be easy to find. It's a common bullet, right? Like
Yeah.
all of the cool, crazy carbide weapons you could probably pull
We're not
from.
in America.
I know, but
double
shotgun,
barrel.
like people shoot
Yeah, you
things.
can find that.
I can
I
find
guess so.
buckshot.
You goose
Pellets,
hunt with a shotgun.
right?
Buckshot. I like
Right?
that.
I mean, I
yeah.
can.
It's a good bird hunting gun.
That's
Maybe
right.
someone has dragon's breath, and I can start firing off flame-filled shotguns.
You'll
be
make
so
'em.
funny,
Mike's got
right?
incendiary
Well,
ammo.
These are great.
These are awesome.
This cooks my
The
food.
boomstick's a great choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
boomstick is my primary, and
What's
then my
your secondary?
My secondary, I had, and this is why we think alike. I had Daryl's crossbow as well.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
Because you got to have something quiet if you're. Because the shotgun's for when you have no other choice.
I'm fucked. I either
Yeah.
need to take a couple heads off some angry
You
zombies.
just blast it. Well, that's the thing. Maybe we don't even have to shoot him in the head.
Who knows, right? I feel Winnipeg zombies would probably just there would
Oh,
be
they're
some,
rage zombies for
they'd
sure.
be rage zombies.
Yeah,
They would
I
be
think
like,
so.
stupid slow
No, they're
zombies.
pissed. You
Okay.
don't even know if they're
There's a
zombies
lot
or
of
not.
meth in their system that's countering.
They're
the-
mad at you.
The infection.
Yeah, the weak and the poor will go first. And
They'll run
unfortunately,
slow. They'll run really fast and then trip and then maybe go backwards
Does
a
a
bit and
zombie-
then come back and you're like, fuck.
does a zombie that was once a meth addict become a meth addict zombie,
Mike,
Or
they're-
does it not affect them?
or does it not affect
Yeah.
them?
Mike, they're chasing us. Drop your smokes.
Yeah. That's all they need.
I can't. They're the last pack.
Take off your shoes. They won't care.
They're the
my
last pack
God.
of smokes in the world. My Canadian classics. No.
Just take my wallet. Take my shoes. Take my backpack.
My
Throwing packs
Pall
of
Malls.
cigarettes.
My Pall Mall Slims.
Yeah. So I have.
Packs of cigarettes.
These are menthols.
I want silence, and then I want like one.
I'm trying to
and done.
quit.
You need
bastards.
a quiet weapon.
You need a quiet weapon. So crossbow and shotgun. Charles, what's your primary?
I like that
and
we
your-
all went with the classic, like we need a damaging weapon and then a quiet one. Very smart, boys. Very good.
Wish I had
I don't want
Um,
to give up my cover.
so-
if I'm going out, I want to go out in a blaze of fucking glory.
That's right.
Mike, you kind of inadvertently said what my primary weapon was, but it is Lucille.
Nice.
It is like Negan's
You got
back.
Negan's back.
I got Negan's back. I had to get Lucille also because
Because it's fucking cool.
I'm not afraid of her anymore.
Walking around threatening to bang somebody into a pulp
Well, and I
is
feel
one of the
like
most badass scenes.
the barbed
in
wire.
TV history,
you just
never
got to
mind
do
that
some
series.
picking out, but
and
you
maybe
can use
it's
that barbed
just
wire for a
Lucille
while.
in name, right? Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
be the same bat. You're gonna
Yeah.
lose that bat. You'll find another bat.
Right.
You make a bat.
Right.
Wonder bat.
There's going to be tons of razor wire.
There's gonna be lots.
Yeah,
of
you're
razor
and
gonna
wire.
tons of bats.
Yeah,
You're gonna be all right.
Eventually, I can be covered in it.
Yeah. But that's the
and that's your-
crafting part
and
too.
that's your
right?
Yeah.
primary.
That's what
That's
we
my
like.
primary.
Wow. So you want
Yeah.
up close? And
I'm fucking nuts.
You're-
So in my
you're fucking Negan.
in my scenario, like I'm
this
the
broke
one.
Charles Jimmy. He's on a fucking tear.
In my scenario, I'm like when Jackson's being attacked, I'm the like the last line, but
Yeah.
I'll kill everything.
Yeah.
So I'm not your first guy getting mauled right away. I'm your backup. But when I get in there, I'm going to do some fucking damage.
Yeah, I
and I
appreciate
might
that.
enjoy it.
Well, what's
I
your
might enjoy it.
secondary then?
So my secondary, again, because I'm that last line of defense,
Because you're that bitch.
is a flamethrower pack.
I thought
So
you would.
similar to like what Tommy has in The Last of Us,
I'm
but again,
so glad-
because
I don't
video
wanna
game
spoil it.
rules, unlimited tank. So I can just go and go and go.
I didn't know what the show was gonna do. I thought Tommy was fucking done for.
Yeah,
there.
but you know what's funny? There's so many game moments where that happens.
Where
you're
you
like,
thought, "It's over."
this is my last Molotov. I have 2 bullets left.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like,
I thought Tommy was,
I was like,
fucking
"Ah!"
done.
I know. And I was like, brave. That's something very different. Anyways. Yeah. So
Fucking flamethrower.
so I got Lucille and then I got a flamethrower.
So you
Those
have
are my
distance
primary-
and close quarters.
Yeah.
well, and
Alright.
hey, you know, you said you didn't winterize flamethrower.
That's true.
Keep you warm.
That's true. And also too, like to make sure the infected's dead, you do one last little like
That's right. You can
flame
burn
blow.
the bodies.
It's done.
Then you're not burying them in the
Right.
ground near you, or just
Yeah.
ditching them
I
somewhere.
saw an old timer on YouTube talking about using the flamethrower in World War II.
Oh my
And he
god.
was like, "It's 2 quick bursts and then 1 long one." I was
Right,
like,
right,
that's
right.
Like, that's like reverse SOS.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally, yeah.
Can we turn this bitch down?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
let's turn down.
No.
You know what I just thought of, honestly, and I know it's such a
What'd you think of?
ill-regarded zombie movie, is Zack Schneider's other zombie movie about
Oh.
Vegas.
Ew.
Oh, zombie heist?
No.
No,
Yeah, it's
no.
like that.
It's something like that.
No, that's it. It's zombie
Dead-
heist. I'm
Army
pretty
of
sure
the
that's
Dead.
it. Army of the
Dead.
Dead. That's what it is.
The
That's what
heist
it
is the sequel with the guy who was the
Oh yeah,
safecracker.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You're
right.
doing
Because
what I
everybody
did.
That's
only
right.
liked his
Because
character.
it's supposed to be
Yeah.
in that universe or whatever.
He's a fucking
yeah,
German
yeah.
safecracker.
Yeah,
So
that's
stupid.
right.
No, but do you
right.
remember the cutoff saw that the guy has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
got the,
yeah,
like, the
yeah,
20-inch blade on
That's
it.
right. That's
I
right.
think that would also
Yeah.
work.
Listen,
It's a chainsaw, is what it really
Zack
is.
That's
Snyder,
movie
but
fun.
my problem is that he didn't even film it well. Like
No.
parts of it are just blurry.
No, it's so
He
bad.
did do some weird shit that he's never.
because he wrote it in an hour.
Well, it's literally because Netflix is just they made a deal with him.
Can you
that's
make a
so
movie?
stupid, and he gets final say on all the projects he's doing.
That movie,
sucked, and
then
it was
two
so
Rebel
long.
Moons.
Yeah,
two Rebel Moons.
Oh, dude, there's still part 3 and 4 apparently still coming out. It's his.
For what
it's-
reason?
It's his Avatar.
But
it's
they
ridiculous.
suck ass.
I know
Why
they're
would
terrible.
he want to continue?
Apparently they do well somehow.
Maybe overseas.
Somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it could be like the
Somehow they do.
Transformers movies. Like they do well overseas.
Those started really well though. I do like the first few.
no, it's
and
not.
then
It's
it was
not
like,
the same.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not the same for
No,
sure. But
yeah, no, I see what you're saying though. Yeah,
Charles,
Yes.
take us into
Your
utility and
comfort.
comfort. Your comfort.
So
and
you
your
guys are
utility.
gonna
yeah,
love
oh
this.
yeah, utility and comfort.
For utility item, I wrote something from Umbrella, Resident Evil,
All
but I
right.
didn't figure out what that was. So
They do make
you
a
said
bunch
you
of-
had something.
yeah, I did.
He was bluffing.
No, it was from the video game, and I was like, I don't know if that counts. So I was
literally
like,
an umbrella.
Yeah. Oh, this penguin
What's the-
umbrella doesn't seem to
What's
work.
the thing from the video game?
So
Is it like a health stem?
So you know what it is? It's so funny. You literally in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, you get a fucking you get like essentially this like device that folds out and it's like a laser gun. And I was like, that could be a utility, maybe.
No.
Yeah, no, that's just a straight up weapon.
You know what? Hang on. We'll do this like we do trivia.
But I have a better one.
You do
I
a
have
better
a
one?
utility.
Okay.
I have a utility. It's lame, but I mean it is a utility.
Shoot it.
So in my backpack, I got rope with like it going through a few cans. So I would like hang it over something that.
That is
is
the
behind me.
definition of utility.
That's a utility. Yeah,
that's
so
utility.
It'll like fucking shake. It'll make noise if
That's
something's
way
trying to
better
come up
than your
behind me.
laser gun.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
he's
for sure.
sharking us.
For sure.
I think he really is.
So yeah,
He's a fucking head fake
rope
here.
with some
Sharking
bottles.
us right
Rope with
now.
some bottles.
That's a great
Just in
trap.
case they fucking come behind me. and
Genius.
shake.
You're never going to not be out in the open.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you're going
It's
to need some
happen.
sort of security system.
Yeah, and again, I'm trying to think of 28 years of this. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be some stuff that I'm like,
I mean,
well, that's just a given.
they're going to run through like
Yeah.
Red Rover, but at least you'll know they're coming.
That's what I mean. I'll
Exactly.
at least have some sort of warning. And
Yeah.
then it could be the intro of.
And it's not something that's going to attract a bunch of other ones.
Yeah.
It's going to let you
right.
know even if wildlife is there that you
Or
can
maybe
hunt.
I need, or maybe that's what I'm hoping is it does attract, so then I can just pick them
You'll
off.
get some deer.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
You'll get a few deer. At the
I
You
had
get a few deer.
I had you. I was like you two chains. I had a bunch of chains. But do you remember when they have to keep like in I Am
28
Legend?
days they have one tied up too.
They have one tied
Oh
up in
yeah,
28
that's right.
days.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, if you even really want to get to it, are
What are you going to study?
Zombie erotica.
will you allow me the chains from Game of Thrones and the White Walkers, which are the undead?
Oh, that'll just
which
go
are
through
technically
them.
the
They'll
OG
just go-
zombies, right? Like if you think of a White Walker as a zombie, right? It's dead. It's come back to life, right?
Charles?
I'm just saying there are examples throughout historical television that show you
No.
that a chain is a good utility item. to
Sure, but
have.
not from that era.
All right, that's fine. You can dock me that.
Find chains somewhere else.
Okay, you would. I don't think.
Find chains
I'm
somewhere
only
else.
doing that
I
because
reject your chains.
I don't think you would give us that grace.
I would. No, you're right. You're right. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
If this was a Game of
That is a-
Thrones debate, and I
that
was
is a
like,
great
well, what if I
point.
drew
Yeah.
from Dawn
Respect
of the
your king.
My show. No. Yeah. No. Okay. Then the chains from I Am
Yeah.
Legend, where he's chained down and he's testing on him. Where you jet. Like,
Oh, yeah,
if you
yeah.
do catch a
Yeah.
zombie, and there is some sort of like, if we're sitting here and we're like, what if they are the cure? Right? You're gonna kind of need something to keep.
Or
them
even
at
just
bay.
to use
Well,
it to
even-
lure other
or
ones
to pull something.
You
or
can
to
see
hold,
how long it
like,
lives for
What-
with
remember
nothing.
Michonne used them to travel.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Cut their
which was
jaws
pretty,
off.
Yeah.
pretty wild.
Sick.
Like,
Pretty
they
cool
they
idea.
came in
Pretty
handy.
cool idea.
They're gonna
and she
su-
needed chains to do that. as
That's
well.
true.
There
All
you go.
right, you got your chains.
Just say Michonne.
right.
Michonne chains.
Michonne chains.
Well, you know
Yeah,
when you,
with
when you
show
said rope, I was thinking of Boondock Saints. I was like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you get your
I need some fucking rope.
you get your fucking rope, laddie.
I need fucking rope.
When do you think they're going to let Norman Reedus have a nice haircut again?
Right.
Like,
think that's
when's he
him.
not going to look greasy
No, I think
all
he's the
time?
one that's
Or
like,
not.
no, this
There's
is my
no
hair.
way.
Or
They
not
try to
do
cut it
zombie
in
movies or shows.
They try to cut his hair and their scissors break, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, it's just
it's
the way
just
it is.
rock solid."
It's just the way it is now."
I can ride a motorcycle like
Yeah.
this with Keanu. It's fine.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, so that, and then my utility or
Yeah.
my comfort. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's my
your
utility.
Oh, I didn't get to give my comfort. Should I give my comfort?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So,
Sorry.
So utility was the thing, and then comfort
Sorry.
was Twinkie.
Thank you.
Man, I'll just jump to mine. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
That's my comfort as well.
Yeah, it's a Twinkie.
It
Mike?
makes fucking perfect.
It's a great motivator to always be like, I'm looking for a
it's
Twinkie.
Okay, I'll hold mine.
And then
I'll
when
hold
you
mine,
get it, it's a
'cause
great treat.
That's
You're
a
going to
goal.
agree with me more than you think you know. But what's your utility?
Keanu's
My
dog.
utility-
and chocolate.
yeah.
What's your utility?
Daisy.
I went to Zombieland again. I
Okay.
double Zombieland to end. My utility is the banjo. I don't know how to play, but I've got all the time in the world to learn how.
Yeah.
And again, it's like your trap. It's good bait.
Yeah. That's right.
Gets them all to come out.
Yeah.
I think great bait, and it's something that I can do with my time.
No, that's smart.
Remember
That's
Days
smart.
Gone,
Keeping your
where
brain
you get
occupied.
that, you get that extra trophy for
That's
going
right.
around the fire and
That's
watching
right.
the guy play songs.
Yeah. That's
I got
right.
y'all. I got y'all
That's right.
beat, bitches.
I don't know how to play, but I could learn.
What's your comfort?
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two
That's right.
Twinkies.
That's right.
I got,
Fuck.
I got 2 Twinks in this room.
Yeah. You do. You do right now.
Mike's the bear.
Oh yeah.
If we're being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm a bottom bear.
Mike's is a snowball.
But I push back. Mike's is a snowball.
I hate
Which
coconut.
one are you referring
It's a
to?
big
though?
polar bear.
I don't like
big
coconut.
polar
It's not the
bear.
it's not the taste. It's the
It's a
texture.
texture.
Oh
I feel the
God.
same way about coconut. He's right.
So
No
my
taste, man.
utility is a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
It's the
No, your
German-
chains were your utility. What's your comfort?
My comfort. Sorry, thank you. My comfort is the German Shepherd from I Am Legend.
Yeah, you said that, and I was like, yeah, great. I can't wait to when I have to kill it.
Yeah, man.
Why would you have to kill it?
Because that's what happens,
happens?
Mike. Did you not watch that movie?
I know, but I'm just saying, in our zombie apocalypse,
But it's going to
why
die
do
at some point. It's going to be
Yeah, I don't
heartbreaking.
know, man.
I don't
That's
need that
another thing
anymore.
you gotta
positive
take care of.
thinking.
It'll
Power
live
positivity.
forever.
Put it out into the universe. That dog's gonna get out of that apocalypse.
I get.
And
okay.
I think in Mike's,
It's a
maybe he's
short-
the only person.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because who wants to hang out with my ass when there's
Well,
nothing
no,
else to
I
do?
mean, if you're by yourself, it's nice to have a companion, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I'm not. I mean, I'm.
It's
If
another
you're with
thing to
other
feed,
people,
though.
you're ruining that dog's life.
Yeah. Well, you're going to eat it at some point.
But it's the
Yeah.
apocalypse. I think I have the right to be a little selfish.
Eventually, someone's going to be
You're
like, "We gotta
mine,
eat
damn
that
it.
I'm playing to the fact that you have a dog, Charles.
I know, and I'm telling
Mike
you,
picked
the
Daisy
saddest
from
thing.
John Wick.
The saddest thing, yeah, but grown up.
A grown-up beagle named Daisy.
But
Still
the
dead.
saddest part is there's going to be a day where I don't think I
Yeah.
can emotionally take
Stop
the toll of
thinking
that.
You're gonna
like,
lose that
Stop
dog.
thinking like a dog lover that's going to lose a dog.
That's sad.
And start thinking about somebody in a zombie apocalypse who just needs some comfort.
You made us very
Yeah,
sad today, Mike.
Yeah. But I don't want to eat that dog, and I want
Yeah,
to eat
no
a
one's saying you
Twinkie.
need to eat the dog.
But I want to eat a Twinkie.
I know you do.
You can't feed the dog Twinkies.
No, okay.
Shouldn't feed humans
I will
Twinkies.
give you that. I will give you
But
that.
they survived the
especially-
apocalypse.
They did.
Especially for the way they did I Am Legend, yeah. Like
It's nice to have a
I
dog
would
companion.
hate to not have even, and a dog is a great companion.
I don't want to be talking to a fucking
Dog.
beach ball.
It'd be
The
Mike
dog's
and
awesome.
Burger.
Oh my
Right?
god!
Sure.
You got him in the cat carrier.
Right?
Well, it's like
The
oh my god,
backpack.
it's like the first. What's it fucking called? Where they aren't allowed to talk
Oh,
with the aliens.
the quiet
Place.
The
Yeah,
Quiet-
it's like
yeah.
the new Quiet Place, day one.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
cat.
Sure.
That's you.
Yeah,
That's you and Burger.
yeah.
Nothing back.
Get a little backpack for him, and you're just running around with him.
I have.
But
no,
he calls the shots.
Do you
That's
know?
right.
Do you know what a cat in a backpack will do for my social credit
There you
score?
go, yeah,
Like
yeah,
people
yeah.
will see me and be like, "Come on in. You
Yeah.
have a fat cat.
I
We
trust
feel
this
bad."
guy.
Right?
Yeah.
This guy is
I
taking
agree.
care of
We
an animal.
We need to protect this
German
cat.
Shepherd doesn't scream, "I trust you."
It screams police state, but I mean, like,
German Shepherd is like.
where did he get that dog? Is that a
"Yay!"
police force dog? Is that
Hey,
a smell
buddy.
of my
You're
coat?
telling if anything's
Yeah.
gonna make it through the apocalypse, it's Burger.
That's true. He's got a lot of fat to spare.
If you had said Daisy, I would have been more on board.
I
Got
it took
him.
all of my power not to
Not to
mention
say-
fucking flail.
Yeah,
So like,
a Daisy now.
All right,
mean-
so now all we have left is who's our leader?
yeah, who's our leader?
guiding us?
Who's taking us through this shit?
Yeah.
Because, as mentioned by Jimmy, listener, we all know that if we were left to
we're
our
side
own,
characters.
yeah, we're side characters. We're if left to our own devices.
I picked Ash Williams. I think Ash
Season.
Williams
That's a good
is
pick.
ride or die for his
That's a good
friends.
pick.
And while he doesn't save them in the movie, he goes and saves Pablo. He brings him back to
Oh
life.
yeah.
He saves his friends and he gives a shit. He might not act like it all the time, but
know I'm
that's
not-
what you want for the
You
apocalypse.
know I'm not Mexican, right? That's the spirit.
That's the Pablo. And it's Bruce Campbell, baby.
Yeah. It's
What
the
more do you
best.
want?
It's the best version of Ash.
Whoa,
guy.
whoa, hey, guy. I mean, I asked him, "Did you finish the game?" And he was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, maybe you suck."
Yeah, that was the best.
And I'm
And
talking
then he went into rehab.
the
next
show
day.
Ash Williams is who I want.
Sure,
Yeah,
I want the
And that's-
older Ash.
with
Yeah.
the girdle,
Yeah.
with the girdle on.
You want a
yeah,
seasoned Ash.
That's who I want.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay,
The hand with the robot hand.
He's going to call the shots, and I'm just
Charles.
in for the ride.
I will let you. Do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next? Do you want to have? Do you want to have the hammer?
You
Mike,
go
you
next.
go
You go
next.
next.
Okay, I'll go next.
Yeah. Who's your pick?
So she looks good in a red dress. She can do backflips.
Son of a gun.
She can. Yeah.
Son
think
of
so?
a gun.
You think so? You already think
Son
so?
of a gun.
She's capable. She's even engineered.
Are you talking about Mila Jovovich?
I'm talking
the
about
Mila Jovovich.
I'm talking
Wow.
about Mila Jovovich.
It's Alice.
Job.
Alice from Resident fucking
Yeah, that
Evil
was my
is
pick
who
too.
Yeah.
I
That was
All
my
right.
pick too.
Well,
that
why?
Was my pick too.
Look at 4 movies.
Not even
I don't
7.
get
Watch
it.
4 movies.
I think there's
Sorry.
7
Yeah,
of them?
maybe. Yeah,
I don't
know
know.
of 4.
And she
there's
made
an
it through
animated
all of
one.
them.
That's a fair
She made
point.
it through all of them.
Alice survives. All the
And
Alice-
Allie Larder shows up again, so she protected her.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's. I
I
mean,
would just follow her.
I also had Tallahassee too.
Allie Larder was in that?
Like,
Yeah, Allie
Oh,
Larder's
yeah.
in the
Is
second
this an
one.
Allie Larder podcast?
Allie Larder is Claire. Claire Redfield.
Yeah, you're right.
That's who she is.
That's awesome.
She and the guy from Prison Break was Chris
Sweet.
Redfield.
it is.
It was cool, man. It had a lot of potential what they
Sweet.
did.
I just feel
Yeah.
safe in her arms.
They followed the game.
Yeah, man. And
You
again,
tell me what to do. And
she survived literally
everything.
every version.
They can throw anything at her.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good reason.
yeah.
umbrella through every
she killed
umbrella.
every
at her.
umbrella project.
But
other
do
than
the people
herself.
in her life survive?
Allie Larder, I think, does.
I mean, everybody who matters does, and I think I matter.
Okay.
Everybody who matters to the story.
She would
survives.
protect me. I'm her bat flamethrower guy.
That's true.
I mean, I'm assuming it's Mila Jovovich as Alice. So I mean, tough as fucking nails. She just like. Even if it was just Mila taking me into battle, I'd be like, multipass, let's fucking
Yeah,
go.
I believe
Yeah,
in
Like,
Joan of
you know,
Arc.
Someone you
got
could
Joan of
follow
Arc shields.
confidently.
Every character
Yeah.
that she's always played, she shot in Winnipeg before.
I
too.
wouldn't question anything
Awesome.
she would tell me to do.
No, that's a fair
100%.
point.
No.
You
Alice
might
would
question
meal.
Ash
Yeah.
at some time.
Yes.
Are you sure, bud?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Are we sure
Like,
this is the best
This seems
idea?
like a real rock star approach to
I don't
maybe.
know if we should get hammered.
Let's
right
think
now.
about this.
You know how they set up Ash versus Evil Dead? The Evil Dead's been away for so long. He does shrooms, and to impress a girl, he reads out of the Necronomicon.
Look what I can do.
Yeah, and he's like wasted reading it. He's like, "Hey, check out this part. This is fucked up." And then he reads it, and then all of a sudden, it's like it does the like,
dun, dun.
Yeah, and
the
then it
POV.
immediately
Yeah.
infects her.
Yeah, yeah. And then he realizes the next day, and he's like, "Oh, shit!
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah, yeah.
So if we have
Yeah.
if we have 2 Alices,
It's amazing.
2 Alices,
One
make,
Wonderland.
make
Yeah,
yeah.
and there were clones of Alice. I think she killed those, but we have the one that's the right one.
Yeah.
Oh, she had powers
For this
too.
argument, we
She
have
has
the right one.
powers.
She doesn't
too.
get powers.
She has powers in them.
So do we want? Why don't we read from top to bottom what our kid is, and then we can decide.
All right.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
this. Let's
Yeah,
rehash
yeah.
for the listener.
Yeah.
So for primary weapon, I had Daryl's crossbow. For secondary, I had Pablo's rusty chain. For transport, I had the armored truck from Dawn of the Dead. The utility was the banjo from Zombieland, and the comfort was the Twinkie from Zombieland, while being led by Ash.
That seems like a good fucking time. That
your-
seems like too much party and
What
not
was your
enough
lo-
A
survival.
lot of fun.
What was your location again? Where?
Oh, yeah, and the location is out at the lake, whether it's
That's
Gimli.
right.
Just,
Beach
and
zombie.
Ash is
Beach
always trying to
zombie.
get to Jacksonville.
the interlake.
That's
yeah.
right.
So
Yeah.
he'd love the beach.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Gimli,
right.
he's
He's never been, but he knows he'd love it.
He's going to love it.
That's where I was supposed to go.
Place so nice, they named it twice.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
All right, so my location was
Or what's your read your whole? Read
That's
your
what I'm doing.
list?
I'm
Oh
just-
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
see if I can do it from memory.
Oh,
My
you're doing it. Oh shit.
My location was the outlet mall.
Of course.
My team leader getting out of this outlet mall scenario was Alice from Resident Evil. My primary weapon was the boomstick from Evil Dead. My secondary weapon was the crossbow from The Walking Dead. My utility item were the chains used in Game of Thrones. And
Oh
in
my
28
God.
days later.
The flail.
And my comfort item was our nameless German Shepherd, a.k.a. any sort of dog or animal will do.
Named Burger.
Named Burger
Dog.
as my comfort item. And I
Boy.
Think that's it?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Fuck
good.
yeah.
That was good.
My blood sugar's dropping. I'm hungry. I'm surprised.
So my primary weapon was Lucille, Negan's bat. Secondary weapon was the flamethrower pack. Transport was Tallahassee's truck. Utility item was the rope with the
Yeah,
bottles.
With the cans.
The bottles with the with
The
the cans.
homemade security system.
Nice cans. Comfort was a Twinkie, and then my leader was Alice, and then my scenario was the Leaf.
So who wants to vote first? There's no ties today.
Oh shit!
No, there isn't.
And I mean, unless we all vote for each other.
Let's go.
That's a nice thing to do.
Let's do Charles first. Let Charles cast the
Okay.
first vote.
Ouch. Yeah. Okay.
Our friendship does rely on this.
It does.
Man, everybody brought their A game. This is always the worst.
This was a fun one. Maybe
This
we
was
should
really
rehash
good.
old ones more often.
This is really good.
I like giving it the new school approach to the old school idea. Like,
Let's do movie-themed wrestlers again.
okay.
That was fun.
I gotta go, Mike. I mean, Alice.
Suicide for
Like
me.
minds think alike.
Yeah.
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 Now, Charles, because you went first,
That's tough. But he had shit.
who do you want to go second?
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. You had
Mike, you go.
Oh,
I gave you.
Oh.
Prize doesn't come without.
Ah, so it could be in my hand.
Prize doesn't come with.
Honestly, if I'm voting with quote unquote integrity, yeah,
Martin's not here.
That's why I air quoted the shit out of that. Like it's not. I mean, I would go exactly with what I picked. It'd be hypocritical of me to not be led throughout all of this
No, I
madness
understand.
by Alice.
Making my vote completely useless.
But
There has to be a winner.
I feel safer in the arms of a seasoned zombie fighter who's done it through multiple genres, multiple avenues, who continues to show us that no matter what happens, Ash will always kick ass. So I'm going with Jimmy.
He's done it for like 50 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not gonna.
Does everybody get a point this week?
Everybody gets points this week. I'm going for Charles. Yeah, everybody did so well. I think we deserve it. I don't think there's
this is
a
a
wrong
good one.
choice in any of these packs.
No, I would play all of these characters.
Listener, what do you think? One of you out there has got to be like, fuck, one of you is an idiot. One
Assemble
of you
your
did
own
it right.
pack.
Assemble your own pack.
Or
Leave
they
a-
took the best of each of our lists
Yeah.
and then made the actual
What do
winner.
you think? Like, where do you think we got it wrong? What are we missing? What should we have done? What would you do? Leave a voicemail in the link in the show notes.
Tell Martin you want more episodes where
Yeah.
everyone gets a point.
exactly.
He
Where
really wants more of those. He just doesn't say
Listener, I know you're sitting out there. And
we
you're
vote
like,
with our heart.
right? One of you, yeah, exactly.
Everyone gets a point for
we
courage.
vote for feelings.
That's right.
I know you're sitting out there and you're wondering why does this happen sometimes. Well, if you think otherwise, and you
Martin's
want to let
just
us know,
angry.
you should leave a voicemail as well too.
That's
think
true.
of who should have won instead of Jimmy making it democratic and everybody showing up. And
I was going to vote for Charles either way.
Yeah, now he says that.
I got him with the leaf.
You did. You
Scissors
really,
at the
right
leaf.
from the
I
start.
do.
got
I
him with
love.
the leaf.
I love.
I
the
didn't
leaf.
think of that at all.
I just feel like, I mean, to me, it's where we're going. We can always pick up gear. We can always pick up shit. Like,
yeah.
that was a wish list. Essentially, that's your wish list to
yeah.
get out of a zombie apocalypse. I don't think any of these things are coming in handy because I'll just be crying. I won't be offering ideas. I
Oh,
won't
instantly
be-
dead.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the Achilles tendon joke is serious. I would
Yep.
run/limp.
We might
run
be here
slash-
for the
over.
next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
You know what I mean? So, but like, let us know, please. We would love to have you on the show virtually. You don't have to leave your real name. Just, leave a voicemail up to 90 seconds. It's pretty
Yeah.
simple. Link in the bio, link in the show notes. It's everywhere you see it when you follow us. This was fun. We don't have anything else to tell them, do we?
That's
it.
it.
We can let them go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope to see you at trivia. According to Jimmy, it's July 28th, but really it's July 19th. The link in the show notes confirms
Yeah,
that.
confuse them.
Come if you've never been. We have a good time.
Trivia Prime.
If this is your first time listening to us and you're in Winnipeg, you should just come. But like, if this is your first time and you're like, what's this trivia night about? It's a lot of fun. Everybody who comes has a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Come.
A lot of fun.
We would love to see you there, and we'd love it even more if you were like, yeah,
We're
I
in
found-
demand. Come.
I came.
Just bring come. Be prepared to come to Star Wars Trivia July 19th. I've been Ash.
I hope Mila Jovovich does another Resident Evil.
I just haven't met June yet.
Watch everything. Say bye, everybody.
It's called a callback.
Let's go.
Bookend.
Write that down.
Yeah.
The bookend from the studio.
The studio's bookend.
I love a good bookend.
They do a whole episode.
Thank you for a very enjoyable game.